Welcome back, listeners. What you're about to hear is part one of a massive reconstruction project, an effort to piece together the fractured transmissions of a city lost to time. We've stabilized the first 4 priority frequency bands recovered from the Raccoon City collapse. Tonight, we aren't just listening to the end, we're tracing the path of the infection. We'll begin with the RPD Dispatch Nightline during the peak of urban chaos. From there, we'll move to the final frantic hours of the Raccoon City General Hospital, followed by the surreal quiet horror of the City Zoo. We'll conclude where it all truly began, in the deep, cold halls of the Spencer Mansion. There are no ambient loops tonight, just several hours of raw, uninterrupted logs for those who need to know the truth, or for those who find comfort in the static. This is an ongoing investigation, so turn off the lights and settle in. Part 1 begins now. Dispatcher's log. Raccoon City Police Department, Station 77. Operator John Mack McKenzie. Today's date is September 24th, 1998. Shift start, currently 2100 hours. Log entry 1. Quiet start, 3 days of rain. The mood here at the precinct is just as gray. Chief Irons has us on a citywide level 2 alert. He's citing civil unrest as the reason for the OT, but he's not being specific on what that means for the guys on the street. Internal RPD chatter's a mess. Everyone's still hung up on the Arklay case. The cannibalism, the missing STARS members, the wild animal theories. Only now, the reports are coming from the heart of the city. We're seeing a 300% spike in erratic behavior calls since sunset. We got 3 units tied up at General Hospital and 2 more out at the park. The STARS office is still mostly empty. Just a few desks and a lot of unanswered questions. People seem oddly on edge tonight, and we've had a lot of calls. Who knows? Anyway, switching to active monitor. RPD Dispatch, Operator 47. State the nature of your emergency.
Yes, hello? This is Mrs. Gable over on Arklay. I've called 3 times this week about the Miller house next door. That dog of theirs has been howling for 2 hours straight. In all this rain, it's absolutely heart-wrenching. And I can't hear my programs.
Ackerley Street. All right, Mrs. Gable. Have you tried knocking or seeing if the Millers are home? Maybe the storm spooked the dog.
I am not going over there in this downpour. Besides, their front door is wide open. It's just swaying in the wind. It's irresponsible is what it is. Someone's going to get the chill. Or a burglar. They're going to walk right in.
Front door's open? All right, ma'am. I'll put it on the board for a welfare check, but our units are tied up with a multi-car pileup on the bridge right now. Might be a while before a cruiser can swing by.
Tell them to hurry. That dog sounds like it's hurting. It's not even a bark anymore. It's like a wet coughing sound. It's disgusting.
All right, Mrs. Gable. We'll get someone out there when a car clears. Try to get some sleep. Bye now. RPD Dispatch, Console 4. What's the location of your emergency?
Yeah, I'm on the corner of Victory and Enterdale. Some idiot in a red pickup just slid right into my driver's side door. He's trying to tell me his brakes failed, but I saw him. He was flying. I told you the road's like ice, you moron. Stay back.
All right, sir, calm down. Is anyone injured? I need to know if I'm sending an ambulance or just a tow truck.
Injured? My neck feels like a pretzel and my car's totaled. And this guy... Hey, get away from my bumper! He's trying to kick the headlight in, officer. Are you hearing this?
Sir, stay in your vehicle and keep the doors locked until a unit arrives. I've got a patrol car finishing a ticket 2 blocks over. I'll divert them to you.
He looks like he's on something. His eyes are all bloodshot, and he's just... he's shaking. Tell your guys to hurry up before I have to defend myself.
I hear you, sir. Unit 12's en route. Do not engage with the other driver. RPD out. Dispatch Console 4, go ahead.
Mac, this is Sergeant Marvin Brannick. Just doing a quick comms check on the internal line. Chief wants all supervisors on active monitors.
Yeah, copy that, Sarge. I hear you loud and clear. Sounds like you've been living on station coffee for a week.
Feels like it. Listen, I'm looking at the personnel board for the midnight rotation. We've got a new officer, Leon S. Kennedy, scheduled to report in tonight. He's a rookie, straight out of the academy.
Kennedy kid? Tonight? Hell of a night to start. Hope he brought a raincoat and a thick skin. What time's he due in?
Probably late. He called in from a rest stop earlier to check in. I told the sergeant we should have a welcome to RPD party prepped. But with the way these erratic behavior calls are piling up, we'll be lucky if we're even in the building to greet him by a 100.
Yeah, it's a mess, Marv. Even the old lady on Arkley's calling in about coughing dogs and open doors. I think the rain's just making everyone paranoid after all those headlines about the Arklay murders.
Maybe. Just keep an eye on the highway frequencies. If the kid calls in lost, try to guide him toward the station. I don't want a fresh rookie wandering around the outskirts near the mountain trailhead. Not with the STARS Bravo team still missing and the Arklay report still open. It's not safe out there.
Understood, Sergeant. I'll keep the light on for him. You just keep the coffee warm. Mac out. Dispatch, Mac. Is that you, Danny? I saw Unit 12 clear at that accident on Victory. You guys okay? Sounded like a circus over there.
Man, you have no idea, Mac. This guy was a tank. We tried to get him out of the truck and he lunged. It took me, Miller, and Sarah just to get the cuffs on him.
Seriously? The guy from the red pickup? He looked like a stick figure when I saw his ID photo.
I don't know what he's on. Probably not just booze. He wasn't even yelling. He's just growling like an animal. And look, the fucker actually bit me too. Right through the sleeve of my uniform. God, ripped a chunk out of my forearm.
A biter? Seriously? Man, I told you the crazies were out tonight. You need to head to General Hospital and get that cleaned up. You don't want to get a junkie infection.
Yeah. Sarah's calling it in now. It's just a scratch, really, but Chief Irons is a stickler for paperwork for any assault on an officer. I'm going to grab a coffee, wrap my arm up, and get back out there. We're already short-handed.
Typical, Danny. Always trying to be the hero. Just make sure you get a tetanus shot or something. Maybe a rabies shot, too. I'll keep the board clear for you for 10 minutes. Go wash up.
Thanks, brother. I'll catch you on the flip side. Danny out.
A biter. God, I hate this city sometimes. Dispatcher's log. Entry 2. Times 21:45. Status escalating. Things are starting to fragment. We just had a messy 1031 over on Victory. One of our officers, my friend Danny, and his team had to go hands-on with a motorist. Danny got a bite for his trouble, but he's heading to General to get it cleared up. At least he's off the street for a bit. Board's still filling up with atypical behavior reports. I've got 4 separate calls about open doors and prowlers who aren't stealing anything. They're just lingering. It's like the whole city has a fever. Chief Irons is still in his office with the lights off, and the STARS office might as well be a tomb. Starting to get a little bad feeling about the civil unrest the brass is talking about. Feels less like a riot and more like a breakdown. Anyway, clearing a backlog of noise complaints now so I can keep the lines open for a graveyard shift. Hopefully the rain washes out this tension. Log end. Attention all units. Attention all units. Dispatch with a standing bolo. Effective immediately, per Chief Irons, we're updating the active search parameters for the ongoing Arklay bizarre murder investigation. Units are advised to keep a sharp lookout for a white male, late 30s, last seen in the vicinity of the Mizoil gas station on the Highway 11 turnoff. Suspect is described as wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and blue jeans. He's reported to be disoriented and highly aggressive. Note to responding officers: use extreme caution. Previous contact reports indicate the suspect may be under the influence of an unknown narcotic. He's non-responsive to verbal commands and has shown a high tolerance for physical deterrence. Do not, repeat, do not attempt a lone approach if the subject appears to be in a state of frenzied behavior. Suspect is wanted for questioning in connection with the July 4th trailhead disappearances. If spotted, maintain distance and call for backup. This is a Code 3 priority. RPD Dispatch, 2210.
I'm at 56 at this time. 9 Henrico.
RPD Dispatch, Console 4. State the nature of your emergency.
I need an officer at the corner of 3rd and Birkin. Some guy, he jumped me. He was just sitting behind some trash bins and he lunged at me.
3rd and Birkin. Copy. Sir, calm down. Did he have a weapon? A knife? A firearm?
No weapon. He grabbed my jacket and he was so strong, sir. His hands, they were like ice. I had to kick him off me just to get away. I think he's high on something. His face was... My God, it looked like his skin was just hanging off his face. I think he might have been in a bad fire or a car accident or something.
Is he still in the area? Did you see which way he went?
He hasn't gone anywhere. He's standing there. He's standing there staring at the wall. I'm shouting at him to stay back, and he's not even looking at... Stay back, sir. Stay back. He's not even looking at me. He's just making this wet click sound in his throat, like he's trying to clear phlegm.
Clicking? Well, sir, are you injured? Did he hit you?
He tried to. He tried to grab my arm with his teeth. Who does that? I think he tore my sleeve, but I didn't stay to check. Look, please just get someone down here, okay? This guy's dangerous. He's not talking either. He's just looking at me.
I have a unit clearing a traffic stop on 4th. I'll divert them to your location shortly. Stay in a well-lit area and do not approach him again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I'm going to walk into the 24-hour laundromat. Please just hurry.
Copy that. RPD out. Attention all units. Attention all units. Dispatch with a priority BOLO, Level 2 safety advisory, effective immediately. Per Sergeant Brannig. All patrol units are advised of an escalating trend in 1096 calls, mental health disturbances, concentrating in the North Hills and Innerdale districts. Be advised, suspects are frequently described as exhibiting extreme physical trauma, pale skin, and uncoordinated movement. Reports indicate these individuals are non-communicative and may be experiencing a frenzied or catatonic state. Units are instructed to employ no-contact containment strategies where possible. Do not engage these subjects without secondary backup present. If a suspect makes physical contact, specifically via biting or scratching, officers are to report to Raccoon General for immediate decontamination. Do not return to the precinct until cleared by medical staff. Current active BOLO for a stolen RPD Cruiser Unit 12. Last seen heading south on Victory. Driver is believed to be non-responsive to radio pings. If spotted, do not approach. Monitor, report coordinates only. This is a Code 4 directive, RPD Dispatch 2250. RPD Dispatch, Console 4. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, it's Henderson over at the City Zoo. I've got a major vandalism here in progress at the East Gate. I'm the security guard here. Some kids must have hopped the fence and cut the power to the perimeter alarms.
The zoo? In this weather? They must be desperate for a thrill. Well, any sightings of the suspects?
No, but they did more than just cut wires. They smashed the locks on the primary enclosures in the mammal pavilion. I'm looking at an open gate right now, sir. The lions are pacing like they've seen a ghost, and the elephants... I've never heard them scream like this. It's like they're trying to break the concrete walls down.
Open enclosures. Great. All right, Henderson. I'll notify animal control. But between the storm and the unrest downtown, they're probably not going to get a truck out there until morning. Can you secure the gates yourself?
I'm not going in there. It's pitch black, and I keep hearing... I don't know. Something just hit the glass in the reptile house. It sounded like a sledgehammer. I think these kids are still on site, and they're armed.
Listen to me, Henderson. Just get back in your security booth and lock the door. I'll see if I can spare a patrol car to cruise the perimeter, but don't play hero. If the animals are spooked, they're more dangerous than the vandals.
You don't have to tell me twice. Just hurry. I've lived next to these lions for 10 years, and I've never heard them sound hungry like this. Raccoon City Zoo security out.
RPD Dispatch, Console 4. What's your emergency?
You have to send someone. I'm at the warehouse facility on the corner of Birkin and 5th. My keycard isn't working, and the internal security, they just locked the sublevels from the outside.
Birkin and 5th, that's the Umbrella Pharmaceutical Distribution Center. Sir, take a breath. Is there a fire? Why are you locked in?
No fire. No, it's the containment protocols. Something happened in the loading docks. They told us it was a spill, a chemical leak, and then the screaming started. I saw them. I saw the security team just standing there while those things, they weren't people anymore.
Sir, what things? Are you talking about the civil unrest protesters? Did they breach the facility?
It's not protesters. It's the... Oh, God. They're here. Listen to me. The company's going to tell you it's a gas leak. They're going to tell you it's under control. They're lying. It's in the water. It's in the...
Okay, sir, stay on the line. I'm trying to patch it through to my sergeant. Who am I speaking with?
It doesn't matter. Just tell them to burn the building. Don't let them out. If they get into the city, it is over. Oh, my God, the vent. Stay back!
Hey, Sarge, can we have a unit available to go over to 5th and Birkin to the Umbrella Center? RPD Dispatch, Mac. Make it quick. Board's been lighting up.
Hey, Mac. It's me.
Danny? What are you doing calling the line? You should be at the General Hospital. Did the docs get you fixed up yet?
I didn't go in. The parking lot was a mess. Ambulances everywhere. People screaming. I just pulled over. Couldn't drive anymore. My arm. That fucker where he bit me, it's burning. Like it's on fire.
You mean you didn't go in? Danny, you sounded like hell an hour ago. Where are you parked? I'll have a cruiser pick you up and escort you into the ER.
No. Stay away. Listen, I don't want anyone to see me like this. My skin's turning gray, and I'm so hungry. I've never been this hungry. It's like there's a hole in my stomach.
Danny, listen to me. You're delirious. You probably got an infection or something. And do you have a fever? Stay exactly where you are. I'm going to pull up your GPS coordinates.
Don't. Just let me sit here. The rain feels good. The rain's cold. I just need to rest my eyes. I just need to rest for a minute.
Danny, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Damn it. RPD Dispatch, Console 4. Listen, if this isn't an emergency...
Officer, listen to me. This is Bonds. I'm with the Department of Public Works. I'm down here in Sector 4, the access tunnels near the treatment plant. You need to send someone down here, right now.
Sector 4, the sewers? Barnes, what the hell is a city worker doing in the tunnels in the middle of a flash flood warning? You should be topside.
We were clearing a blockage, but officer, it wasn't trash. We found, I saw it in the floodlights. It was an alligator. A massive alligator. It must have been at least 20, 30 feet long.
An alligator. In Raccoon City. Barnes, it's after 10 on a Friday. City's falling apart. My friend's in trouble in a patrol car somewhere, and you're calling me about a goddamn urban legend.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It came out of the dark water like a freight train and dragged itself back under. I'm standing on the service catwalk, and I can hear it. I can hear it scratching metal. It's not natural. It's too big.
Listen to me. I don't have a unit right now to send to the sewers for an alligator sighting. I've got things going on Main Street. I've got bite victims. I don't... Just get to the surface, find a manhole cover, and get out of there. Can you hear me?
All right. I'll try.
RPD Dispatch, is this General Hospital? We've been trying to get a hold of the triage desk for the last 10 minutes.
Honestly, Mac, don't send anyone else. We're at capacity. Triage has been a nightmare. We've got 12 people in the lobby all showing the exact same symptoms, and I've never seen anything like it.
What? The flu? I feel like half the city's calling in sick tonight.
It's not the flu. These people are almost catatonic. High-grade fevers. I'm talking 105, even 106 degrees, but their skin's clammy and gray. And they're not responding to localized pain. I had a man come in earlier with a massive laceration on his shoulder, and he just sat there. He didn't blink. He was just staring at the wall, making a clicking sound in the back of his throat.
Clicking? Yeah, you know, I had a caller tell me that earlier. Is this a respiratory thing?
Maybe. But here's the weird part. The bite wounds. Every single one of them has these deep, human-shaped bite marks. I've got a kid in room 4 who says his grandmother just snapped and went for his neck. We're treating it as a mass psychosis event right now. Maybe some kind of new neurotoxin, but none of the blood work makes any sense. The white cell counts are, well, they're practically non-existent.
Sounds like a bad batch of something hit the streets. Could be a drug thing? Listen, I've got an officer, a friend of mine actually, Danny. He's coming in with a bite on his arm. Can you make sure he gets seen? He's a friend.
I'll try, Mac, but we're starting to have behavioral issues. Some of these patients are getting aggressive. We've had to call security to room 2 twice now because a patient tried to attack a resident. It's like they've lost their higher brain function. Just tell your boys to stay on their toes, okay? Something about this feels wrong.
Copy that, Shelley. Well, keep me posted if the CDC gets involved. RPD out. Dispatcher's log. Entry 3, 2215. The coffee's gone cold, and the city's following suit. We've officially crossed the line from hectic to impossible. I've been staring at the board for 3 hours, and the patterns aren't making sense. I just took a call from a utility worker near the sewers, claiming he saw a reptile the size of a city bus. 10 minutes before that, a man was attacked by someone standing in the rain who didn't seem to notice the downpour. And then that strange, cryptic call from the Umbrella Distribution Center. It's like someone turned the volume down on the whole world and replaced it with a low-frequency hum. Everyone's reporting the same thing. Clicking in the throat, gray skin, and an appetite that doesn't involve a menu. My gut says it's a leak, something chemical, maybe something in the groundwater. Maybe this ties into the Arklay mountain case. But the brass is staying quiet. Real quiet. My friend Danny's out there. He's supposed to be a general, but I've got a bad feeling he never made it to the front doors. Nurse Shelley at the triage desk says the lobby's a sea of people with the same fever. If a professional like her is sounding rattled by a few flu cases, we're not looking at a virus, we're looking at a breakdown. Star's office upstairs is still dark. Usually those guys are the first to kick in a door when things get weird, but tonight, it's like they knew to stay away. I'm looking at a photo on my desk, me and the guys at the precinct Christmas party last year, wondering how many of them are still in their cars, or how many of them are standing out in the rain. I'm going to hold the line, that's the job. But I'm starting to wonder how well of a shield RPD is for this city anymore, or if we're just in the front row seats for whatever's coming. Log end. RPD Dispatch. Go.
Hey, Mac. It's Robert Kendo. Over at the shop? You guys busy tonight or what? I've seen 3 cruisers fly past my front window in the last 10 minutes.
Hey, Robert. Yeah, it's a mess. Rain's got everybody sliding into each other, and we've got some civil unrest issues in the West End. What can I do for you? You're not calling to complain about the parking again, are you?
I wish. Listen, I've got some of your boys in here right now. Off-duty guys. Trying to buy up my entire stock of 9mm and some 12 gauge. They're acting like they're prepping for a war, Mac. One of them mentioned something about a lockdown at the station. Anything I should know?
Lockdown? No, nothing official. Chief's got us on a level 2 alert, but that's standard for any high-tension night. Why? Who's in there?
Doesn't matter. but they look spooked. I've had 4 civilians in here in the last hour trying to buy home defense kits who don't even know how to put a safety on a gun. People are panicking, Mac. I'm thinking about shuttering the windows and heading home early. My daughter's alone at the house. I don't like the vibe on the street.
Honestly, Kendo, I don't blame you. If I weren't chained to this desk, I'd be doing the same. Tell the boys to get back in their units and stop scaring the locals. And hey, keep a shotgun under the counter tonight. Just in case. Little professional advice.
Way ahead of you, brother. I'll check in tomorrow. Stay safe.
All units be advised. We have a code 30 in the vicinity of the Birkin residence and the sublevel sewer junctions near the Umbrella facility. Subject 1 is Dr. William Birkin, reported missing, potentially dead. We have reports of heavy gunfire and explosives detonated subsurface. Witnesses are describing a ghost unit. 5 to 6 individuals in full black tactical gear, gas masks, and red lens oculars. They're extremely proficient and considered heavily armed and dangerous. We have one erratic report from a dazed survivor mentioning a large white rectangular object moving within the unit. Disregard that for now, probably a gear crate or localized hallucination due to the fumes. Use extreme caution. If you see black tactical gear without RPD or STARS markings, do not engage. Retreat, call for SWAT. Clear 2350. Unit 4 Alpha, this is Mac, Dispatch. Checking status on that 415 disturbance on Ennerdale Street. Neighbors reporting a domestic dispute. A lot of glass breaking. Are you on scene?
Copy, Dispatch. We're at the front door now. Lights are on, but nobody's answering. We can hear, sounds like somebody's struggling with a pet in the kitchen. We are making entry.
4 Alpha, be advised, backup is 4 minutes out. What is the subject's condition?
RPD, nobody move. Oh, God. Dispatch, cancel that 415. Get an ambulance to this location. We have a male subject over a, oh, God. I think it's a golden retriever. There's so much blood. Sir, step away from the animal. Step away now. He's not responding. He's still chewing. Dispatch, he looked at us. His jaw is just hanging there. He's got chunks of blood. Dispatch, he's getting up. He's coming at us and he's not stopping. Get back! I said get back!
4 Alpha? 4 Alpha? Come in. Shots fired at Ennerdale. All units, shots fired. 4 Alpha, do you copy? Oh, the internal line's going off again. Looks like it's Danny. Danny? Thank God. I've been trying to page your car. Are you still at General Hospital? Tell me a doctor looked at that arm, man. We really need you out there.
Hey, Mac. It doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh, good. Good. That's the meds kicking in. Just stay put, all right? Maybe you shouldn't go back on shift tonight.
No, not meds. It's the itch. I was so itchy and I scratched all the skin away, Mac. It's all red and pretty underneath, but it still itches.
Danny, scaring me, man. Talking crazy. Just close your eyes and wait for a nurse.
I'm so thirsty. The water, it tastes like metal. I saw a man in the hall. He was bleeding, and he looked tasty. Why did he look tasty?
Danny, stop. Listen to me. Don't look at anyone else. Just stay on the line with me. Don't hang up.
Itchy arm. Tasty.
Danny? Danny! Attention all RPD personnel. Per directive from Chief Irons, a total quarantine of the Raccoon City Police Department is now in effect. All civilian entry is suspended. Do not open the main hall doors for any reason, regardless of survivor status or medical emergency. 2. Water supply in the Arklay district and downtown grid has been flagged as Category 4 hazardous. Do not use station sinks or drinking fountains. Use only bottled rations located in the STARS office or break room. Any officer exhibiting symptoms of high fever, skin necrosis, or erratic behavior is to be isolated immediately. Use of lethal force is authorized if quarantine is breached. RPD Dispatch, state your emergency.
This is Robert Kendo again, over at the gun shop on Flower Street. I'm not calling for a pickup, so don't bother sending a car. I'm calling to tell you to stay the hell away from my block.
Mr. Kendo, sir, we have reports of multiple 1031s in your area. We're spread thin, and a lot of us are here at the station, but we can try to,
I said don't. I just watched one of your black and whites pull over a block down. The officer got out to help a guy on the sidewalk, and that thing practically took the officer's head off in one bite. And the officer, he didn't stay down. He's back up now. And he's wandering towards my shop window.
Sir, if there's an officer down, we need to...
They ain't an officer anymore. I don't know what umbrella's cooking up, but those people out there, they aren't people. I've got my steel shutters down and I'm armed. If I see so much as a shadow move past my glass, uniform or not, I'm putting a slug in it. You tell your boys to keep driving. You're losing this city. Clear? One down. Don't make me do another. Goodbye, RPD.
Attention all units. Attention all units. This dispatch is a high-priority tactical advisory for Sector 4 and the surrounding West End blocks. All units currently in transit or still on active patrol, acknowledge and adjust your routes immediately. Flower Street is officially designated a red zone. Effective immediately. All patrol traffic is to avoid 300 through 500 blocks of Flower Street. We have received multiple reports of high-velocity discharge in the vicinity of the Kendo gun shop. Be advised, Robert Kendo has reported a breach attempt by a large, uncoordinated crowd. Kendo is currently armed and defending the property. He has stated over this landline that he will neutralize any individual attempting to cross his threshold, regardless of their condition. We're treating the shop as a high-risk flashpoint. Do not, I repeat, do not attempt to intervene or approach the Kendo storefront. We do not have the manpower to coordinate a crossfire extraction, and Kendo is not distinguishing between erratic subjects and responding officers at this time. Furthermore, units are advised to maintain a 2-block radius from the Flower Street sector. We are receiving secondary reports of clogged thoroughfares. Callers are describing groups of citizens, 10 to 15 individuals standing in the middle of the road. They are not responding to sirens or air horns. If you encounter a crowd blockage on Flower or Innerdale, do not exit your vehicle. Reverse out of the sector and find an alternate route via Central. The Kendo situation is considered volatile. If you're low on ammunition or supplies, do not attempt to resupply at Kendo's. Return to the precinct or the substation on 4th. We're trying to keep the peace, but Kendo is dug in. Until this rain lets up, that street is a shooting gallery. Keep your windows up, keep your doors locked, and for God's sake, stay off Flower Street. Dispatch clear, 2238. Unit 22, I see you're calling for dispatch. Stationary on Innerdale. Everything quiet on your end?
Dispatch, it's quiet, but it's not right. I caught your advisory about Flower Street. I can hear Kendo's 12 gauge echoing off the brickwork from here. Sounds like he's got plenty of customers tonight.
Yeah, he's dug in. Are you seeing any of that crowd behavior in your sector? The 911 lines are saying people are grouping up and refusing to disperse.
I'm looking at it right now. It's the strangest thing I've seen, and I've been on for 20 years. There's a group of about 10 of them standing under the awning of the pharmacy. They aren't talking. They aren't shouting. They're just swaying. Like they're all listening to a frequency I can't catch.
Any signs of aggression? Have they acknowledged your cruiser?
I flashed the high beams a second ago. One of them looked over. He didn't cover his eyes. Didn't even blink. He just stared straight into the light until I turned them off. His eyes looked like clouded glass. I was going to step out, maybe check their vitals, but my gut told me keep the doors locked. There's a smell hitting the vents, even in this rain, almost like a butcher shop with the power out.
Copy that, 22. Stay in the car. Sergeant Branding's orders are no contact for the duration. We've already got officers reporting in with bite wounds. I don't want you on that list.
Understood. I'm going to hold this intersection another 10 minutes, then I'm pulling back towards the precinct. Street's starting to feel like a dead end. Unit 22, clear.
Dispatch Mac, who is this? I'm seeing a internal extension from the second floor.
Mac, it's Meyer. I'm in the evidence locker. You have to tell the units outside not to come in through the side entrance. It is a slaughterhouse up here.
Meyer? What are you talking about? Marvin is supposed to have that floor secured. Where's the Sarge?
Marv's down, Mac. We were processing one of the unrest victims. Some guy who went flatline 10 minutes after they brought him in. We were waiting for the coroner, and the guy he sat up. He lunged at Marv, and he took a piece out of his shoulder before we could even draw. We had to put 3 rounds in the guy's chest just to get him off, and even then he was still clawing at the floor.
God. Is Marvin all right?
He's bleeding bad. We moved him to the main hall, but everything's falling apart. I went to the chief's office to get the key to the emergency medical kit, and the door is deadbolted from the inside. Irons? He's in there, Mac. I can hear him moving furniture against the door. He's crying, or maybe he was laughing. I couldn't tell. He won't open up, and he's left us out here.
That coward. All right, listen, Meyer, stay where you are. I'll try to coordinate a,
No, Mac. Listen, don't send anyone. Not yet. I'm looking out the high window into the courtyard, and I saw something. It wasn't one of those sick people.
What was it? I had a caller earlier tell me that the cages were open at the zoo. Was it an animal or?
No, it didn't have any skin, Mac. It was all muscle and brain, and it was crawling along the ceiling of the west corridor like a goddamn spider, and it had these claws, and the tongue, it had to be 3 feet long, and it just stopped outside the glass. It doesn't even have eyes, but I know it could hear me, and it heard the fire alarm, and then it just vanished into the vents.
Meyer, get out of the evidence locker, go to the dark room. It's got a reinforced door. I'm going to lock the dispatch booth from the inside. Do you hear me?
I hear it. I hear it in the pipes, Mac. It's in the... Oh, God! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Dispatcher's log, entry 4, 2230. The front doors are chained, shutters are down, but I don't think it matters. The threat isn't just outside anymore. The situation is, it's total. Sergeant Branding is wounded. Meyer told me he took a bite to the shoulder. They've moved him to the main hall just to try to keep him stable, but we all know the math now. Nobody walks away from a bite tonight. Not even the best of us. The chain of command has officially dissolved. Chief Irons has barricaded himself in his office on the second floor. He's not responding to the radio, and he's moved enough furniture against that door to stop a riot squad. He's left his officers to die in the halls while he listens to screams from behind mahogany. If I survive tonight, I'm going to make sure he answers for every single soul he abandoned. He belongs in a cell, not on a throne. We've had our first encounter with something that isn't human. Meyer saw it in the west corridor. No eyes, exposed muscles, claws that can tear through reinforced glass. I heard some other officers calling it a licker. I can hear it now. Something's moving in the ventilation shafts above my booth. It's rhythmic. It's a scratching. And it's not looking for a way out. It's looking for a way in. I just got word from Flower Street. Kendo's turned his gun shop into a fortress. He stopped calling this line. Last thing he said was he was cleaning up the neighborhood. Based on reports of 12-gauge fire coming from that block, he's doing a lot more than that. And my friend Danny, he's gone. I heard him on the open mic. The itch finally won. My friend's out there somewhere wandering in the rain, looking for something to eat. God help me. We're trying to secure the building, but the RPD wasn't built for a siege. The dark room was our only clean zone we had left. If you're a survivor and you can hear this, stay away from the precinct. It's a beacon for the dead now. It's become a trap. I'm the last voice in this booth. I'm going to keep this recording running until the power dies. If the STARS team ever makes it back, tell them they were right about everything. Log end. Attention all active units, this is a Priority 1 emergency broadcast. Per the mayor's office and per common sense, all units are advised that the East Gate and the Muswell Highway bypass are currently gridlocked. Do not attempt to route civilians towards the highway. Reports indicate that the unrest has spread to the toll booths. If you have civilians in your vehicle, your primary objective is now extraction towards the west. Avoid the city center, avoid the hospital, and as of 22:58, the RPD precinct is no longer a designated safe zone. If you are within 5 blocks of the station, keep moving. Do not pull into the courtyard. I repeat, the RPD courtyard is compromised. This is an open broadcast to any civilians listening on this frequency. Get out of your cars if the traffic is stopped and run for the woods. Do not stay on the main roads. Dispatch clear. Dispatch, Console 4, who's calling?
RPD? It's Vaughn, over at the Circular Street pumping station. I think I need to shut down the main intake for the whole north sector.
Shut down the north sector? Vaughn, it's a Category 5 storm. I know everything's going on, but if you cut the pumps, the sewers are going to back up to the streets within 20 minutes. You'll flood the entire east side.
I don't have a choice. The filters are clogging. Not with silt and not with trash. I just pulled the primary grate at intake 3 and it was full of hair. Clumps of it. Long, dark hair matted with something that looks almost like gray skin.
Hair? From where? A runoff drain?
It's coming from the upstream flow, from the Arklay direction. But it's not just the filters. The chemical sensors are going haywire. The chlorine levels are being eaten up by some kind of biological catalyst. The water coming through the pipes right now, it's not even water. It's thick, it's oily, and, the pressure's dropping because something large is stuck in the primary turbine. Something that sounds like it's breathing.
Vaughn, get out of there. If the intake is contaminated, you cannot fix it from the inside. Call your supervisor, just get out of there.
Supervisors aren't answering. Nobody's answering. I'm looking at the reservoir through the observation glass, and the water, oh God, it's turning red. It's like the whole mountain's bleeding into our pipes, and people are still drinking this. If they're using this to wash their wounds...
I don't know who's still listening, Vaughn, but I'll put out a citywide do not use advisory. Just get to the surface, Vaughn. Go.
Something hit the observation window. Oh my God, there's a body against the glass, and its eyes are open.
RPD Dispatch, Console 4, go.
Good evening, officer. I'm calling on behalf of the Umbrella Corporation's Emergency Management Division. Am I speaking with the dispatcher in charge of the West Side sectors?
Yeah, my name's Mackenzie. What do you want? Your distribution center at Birkin and 5th is currently a biohazard zone, in case you haven't checked your emails.
We are aware of the containment failure at that facility, officer. However, my interest is currently directed at the Raccoon City Police Department's holding cells. We have reason to believe a person of interest, a former researcher, was picked up by one of your units near the Arklay trailhead earlier tonight.
A researcher? Look, buddy, my precinct's under siege by people who look like they crawled out of a grave. I don't have time to check booking logs for your missing scientists.
Officer, let me be very clear. The individuals you're seeing on your monitors, they are the result of a massive leak of our proprietary medical assets. Umbrella is currently mobilizing a private countermeasure force to sanitize the city. If you wish for the RPD to be included in the extraction zones, you will find that researcher and you will keep him alive.
Sanitize? You mean help us? Why don't you send the National Guard? I've got people dying in my lobby.
The National Guard will not be arriving, officer. The city is being placed under a federal quarantine at midnight. Anyone remaining inside the perimeter after that time will be considered collateral. Now, check your cells. If the package is secure, we may be able to spare a helicopter for your roof. If not, well, I suggest you stop answering the phones and spend the remaining time with your family.
You son of a bitch. You did this. You poisoned the water. I just talked to a guy at the pumping station and he said...
That man is no longer a concern, and soon, neither will you be. Have a pleasant evening, officer.
Dispatcher's log, entry 5, 2355. The lights are still on, but I don't know for how long. The grid is surging every time the lightning hits, and the backup generator in the basement, it's sounding rough. The situation at the precinct is stable, but barely. Sergeant Brannig is down in the main hall. He's taken a serious wound to the shoulder, and he's losing blood, but he's still the toughest man in this building. He's got the rookies barricading the west corridor and keeping the survivors calm. If anyone can hold this place together until we get help, it's Marv. But we're running low on first aid, and the patients we're bringing in, they don't stay quiet for long. I've officially marked Unit 12 as 10-7, out of service. I lost Danny's signal near the hospital over an hour ago. No radio check, no GPS. I'm marking him as MIA for the record, but we all know what that means tonight. I'm also confirming Officer Meyer is down. He was trying to secure the east wing when something came through the ceiling. We couldn't get to him in time, and they've had to seal off that wing entirely. I just had a call from Umbrella Corporate. They're talking about sanitizing the city and quarantine perimeters. They aren't talking like they're here to help. They're talking like they're here to clean up a mess. They asked about a researcher, some guy from the Arklay labs. I told them I hadn't seen him. If they want their people back, they can send a rescue team that actually carries stretchers instead of just body bags. I can hear things in the pipes now. Something's moving in the walls that isn't human. We're moving the remaining staff to the darkroom and the STARS office, anywhere with a reinforced door. To any unit still on the street, the RPD, it's not exactly a safe harbor, but we are chaining the gates at midnight, so if you're coming, come fast. This might be the last log. If the power goes, the recorder goes with it. I've done what I can to bridge the gap, but the lines are going dark one by one. To any officer still monitoring this frequency, you are relieved of duty. Find your families, get to high ground. Don't look back. There's nothing left for us to protect here but the silence. Log end. Attention all Raccoon City residents and RPD personnel. This is an emergency broadcast from Central Dispatch. A level 4 quarantine is now in effect for the entire metropolitan area. All citizens are ordered to remain indoors. Do not attempt to cross the city perimeter via the main highways. All exits are currently blocked by private security and federal cordons. The Raccoon City Police Department maintains the primary extraction point for the east and west sectors. If you are seeking refuge, proceed to the main entrance on Ennerdale Street immediately. Be advised, individuals exhibiting signs of high fever, aggression, or epidermal necrosis are to be considered extremely dangerous. Do not approach. Do not attempt to render aid without proper biohazard protection. If you encounter a crowd of swaying or non-responsive individuals, vacate the area immediately. Stay off the radio bands unless reporting a level 1 emergency. We're expecting a National Guard arrival by sunrise. Stay together, stay in the light. This is Officer Mack, RPD Dispatch. Clear at 0 hours. Admin log, September 29th, 1998. Director Jonathan Pierce recording. For the record, I'm currently serving as the Director of Administration and Operations here at Spencer Memorial. While my days are now largely consumed by budgets, personnel allocation, and corporate liaison duties, I do remain a board-certified trauma surgeon with a fellowship in biochemical pathology. I mention this only to establish that my observations tonight are grounded in clinical reality, regardless of how the umbrella legal team chooses to interpret them. I'm initiating this audio chronology per the crisis documentation protocol faxed over earlier from the regional headquarters. Legal has been uncharacteristically insistent. They claim these logs are essential for fast-tracking emergency funding and processing insurance payout claims related to the civil unrest downtown. Personally, it feels like they're just looking for a paper trail to cover their assets if the city's infrastructure collapses any further. But if it keeps the lights on and the syringes stocked, I'll play narrator for the board. Situation tonight is, unprecedented. We've hit 110% capacity in the ER. I've issued a mandatory all-hands recall. Every nurse, orderly, and residents back on the clock. We've seen a staggering number of admissions for what the Raccoon Police Department's calling a violent flu. High fever, extreme agitation, respiratory distress. It's a massive influx for a night like tonight. I'm keeping my STARS field manual open on my desk tonight. Most people in the building see me as a suit, a paper pusher for umbrella, but I still spend 2 days a week over at the RPD precinct, working at the STARS office as their lead medical consultant. The team even gave me a commemorative plaque last month, named me an honorary STARS member for my work training their first responders in advanced field trauma and chemical triage. I told them I'm just doing my job, but looking at the chaos outside my window, I feel glad I spent those extra hours teaching them how to stabilize patients. If this flu's as bad as it looks, the city's going to need every trained medic we have. I just hope the specialized medical assets Umbrella promised are actually on the way. End of entry. Nurse Holloway, this is John Pierce. I'm calling hoping there's some good news about bed count in the West Wing. I guess there was a fire marshal inquiry earlier asking about hallway obstructions.
Director, we've hit the limit. I've got patients on folding chairs in the triage corridor. RPD just dropped off another 4 flu cases from the subway station, and the paramedics are saying the wait time for an offload is now 45 minutes. If we don't open the overflow ward in the old South Wing, we're going to have people standing in the parking lot.
Well, the South Wing's not ventilated for patient care. We haven't used those rooms for clinical work since the renovation in '88. But all right, if it's a choice between a parking lot and a dusty ward, it's no choice at all. So open up the South Wing. I'll authorize housekeeping to move some more linens down there. What's the clinical status for the new arrivals?
It's consistent with the earlier cases, but the volume, it's a wave. High fevers, we're talking 103, 104 across the board. They're dehydrated, disoriented, complaining of severe abdominal cramping, and we're running out of IV saline bags. I've got 12 people in the waiting room, and they're starting to get irritable, to put it lightly. They're yelling at the staff, demanding to be seen. One man threw a magazine rack at an orderly just because we wouldn't give him more aspirin.
Well, irritability, not uncommon for high-grade fever. Don't take it personal. See if security has anyone available for an extra presence in the lobby. If patients are getting aggressive, it could be a neurological side effect. Has Dr. Arsat finished tox screens on the water samples? I'm still leaning towards a localized environmental contaminant.
He's still waiting on the lab results. Dr. Bard's team has priority on centrifuges, so our routine screens are sitting in a queue. It's frustrating, Director. My nurses are exhausted, and we're seeing weird things. Like the coffee ground emesis that you mentioned earlier. It's not everyone, but a few of the earlier admissions are showing signs of internal bleeding. Their bodies are clearly under immense stress, and the smell, it's like a locker room that hasn't been cleaned in a month.
Musk and sweat. High fever can do that. Listen, Holloway, I'm going to call RPD. I've spent enough time in the STARS office to know that the city's emergency reserves do include tactical medical kits. If we run out of saline or anything else, I'll see if they can release some of the STARS supply to us. I'll tell them I'm invoking my honorary STARS membership status if I have to. We need those supplies.
That would be a godsend, sir. We're also running low on the green herb tinctures you had us stocking. The nurses have been using it to calm the skin irritation on the patients who have been scratching at their arms. It seems to be the only thing that works better than standard hydrocortisone.
I'll see what I can do. Just keep things moving. Don't let the lobby get stagnant. Stagnant crowds lead to riots. Can't afford a riot inside the hospital. If a patient actually gets combative, please isolate them. We do need to protect the staff. I will call you back after I speak with RPD. That was Nurse Holloway on the phone. I should probably note for the record that Sarah Holloway has been the charge nurse of our emergency department for over 15 years. She was here before I was. In fact, she was the one who walked me through my first orientation to the West Wing. There isn't a single soul in this building who knows the flow of this hospital better than she does. When the city council cut our funding in '96, she was the one who figured out how to stretch our supplies without compromising patient care. She's tough. I've seen her stare down 200-pound drunks in the lobby without blinking. But I did hear a little tremor in her just now, I think. I've invited her to my first responder seminars over the months. She actually helped me refine the delivery method for the green herb tinctures. She suggested we stop trying to formulate them as pills and move to a topical format for the quicker absorption. And she was right. She's seen every seasonal bug and industrial accident this city's thrown at us for the last decade and a half. So for her to describe patients as irritable, well, it suggests a kind of aggression that doesn't fit the standard profile. Making a note to prioritize her department for any specialized assets Umbrella sends our way. If this hospital's a ship, Holloway's the hull, so if she cracks, we all go under. Update. Logistical strains reaching a breaking point. We're moving patients into mothballed wings of the hospital just to keep the lobby clear. Umbrella's funding better arrive soon because we are burning through our quarterly supply of basic medical sundries in a single night. I'm particularly concerned about the agitated behavior Nurse Holloway reported. I've seen similar reactions in my trauma seminars I've done, usually related to severe shock or chemical psychosis. I'm going to keep this STARS manual handy. If the situation escalates from a medical crisis to a security crisis, I need to be ready to advise the staff on more than just triage. For now, we treat, stabilize, and move on. End of entry.
RPD Operations, this is Brandig speaking. Please tell me you're calling with the delivery of some extra units of patients because we are fresh out.
Afraid I'm fresh out of those too, Marv. It's John Pierce over at Spencer Memorial. How are things looking over on Innerdale?
Doc, good to hear a sane voice. Things are a mess, John. We got riots by the gas station, subway backed up to the street, and my officers picking up fever cases faster than we can process them. I've been looking at your honorary STARS plaque on our wall today. We were joking this morning that we should have drafted you into a uniform full-time. We could use a director of operations to help us manage our circus.
Careful what you wish for, Marv. I've got patients overflowing into the South Wing, and my supplies are vanishing. Hey, listen, that's why I'm calling. I'm invoking that honorary STARS status. I need to know if I can tap into the STARS tactical medical reserves. I taught the seminars on the chemical trauma kits, and I know for a fact that the precinct is holding a surplus of first aid sprays and the high-grade herbal coagulants. My nursing staff's running on fumes, and Umbrella's supply chain is stalled, to put it politely.
God, I wish I could help you, Doc. I truly do, but after the July incident, after Wesker went missing, the
Starr's office was essentially mothballed by the chief. It's been a logistical nightmare. And all those specialized supplies, they're under a hard lock by the commissioner's office. I don't even have the key. Ever since Wesker died in the Arklay Mountains, everything related to that unit's been treated like a crime scene. Chief Irons has been breathing down our necks about unauthorized use of specialized equipment.
Wesker. I still don't buy that he's just gone. But if the supplies are locked up because of internal politics while people are suffering in my lobby, it's a disgrace. How about Jill or Chris? Are they around? Maybe they can pull some strings.
Well, Chris is in Europe, and Jill, I haven't seen her since shift change. Honestly, Jonathan, the department's fracturing. I'm trying to keep the peace, but between the chief's mood swings and those flu cases getting violent, we're spread thin. I'll tell you what, if I can find a way into that locker without Chief Irons seeing me, I'll send a cruiser over with whatever I can smuggle out. You're one of us, Doc. We look after our own.
Hey, I appreciate it, Marvin, more than you know. If you send someone, have them go to the service entrance on 3rd, and I'll meet them personally. You stay safe out there. Don't let anything out there tonight get a piece of you.
You too, Doc. And hey, if you see any of those specialized assets Umbrella's supposed to send, tell them we could use some help here at the station, too. Brannig out.
Update. Just spoke with Marvin Brannig at RPD, and as suspected, the bureaucracy is choking our response. Even the STARS reserves are being withheld. Mentioning Wesker left a bad taste in my mouth. I worked with Albert for years on those medical protocols. He was cold, but he was efficient. His disappearance in the Arklay Mountains never sat right with me. And the way the STARS unit's been buried since then. Anyway, if Marvin can get those supplies to me, we might have a chance. If not, I'm going to have to deal with Dr. Bard. And I have a feeling that Nathaniel Bard is not going to be as honorary as my friends at the precinct. End of entry. Pierce here. Sarah, tell me the South Wing overflow's working. I'm seeing a line of people at the window wrapped around the ambulance bay.
It's a revolving door, Director. We just moved the flu cases to the South Wing, but normal emergencies haven't stopped just because the city's been catching a cold.
Nurse! Help! Somebody frickin' help me!
I've got one guy in room 4. Typical cardiac presentation, crushing chest pains, radiating to the left jaw. I've got him on a nitro drip, but I need a cardiologist to sign off on the bypass if he doesn't stabilize. Is RSAT available?
RSAT's stuck in triage C. Tell the residents to follow the standard ACS protocol. If the guy's vitals stay steady, we'll move him to the quiet ward. Who else do you have on your board?
I've got a 10-year-old. He's still in his Little League uniform. Sliding into home plate took a nasty spiral fracture to the fibula. He's being a trooper, but his mother's hysterical because we don't have an open x-ray tech for at least another hour. I've got him in a temporary splint and sling for the shoulder, but we're running out of pediatric-sized stabilizers. And on top of that, I've got a car accident victim, lacerations, and a possible concussion, just waiting in the hallway on a folding chair.
A folding chair? Sarah, I know it's not ideal. Tell the kid's mom I'll personally ensure he gets the first slot when the tech returns from his break. Give the kid a popsicle from the staff lounge. Put it on my tab. As for the cardiac case, keep him monitored. If the flu patients sitting in the next room start getting loud again, just try to move him. I don't want a heart patient dealing with the stress of fever dreams.
Copy that. Oh, and Director, we've got a guy here. Looks like a construction worker. He's insisting he was bitten by a stray dog near the park. It's a clean puncture, but he's refusing a tetanus shot. He just wants to sit in the dark. It's too busy of a night to get the weird ones tonight.
It's a full moon, Sarah. The weird ones always find us. Just patch him up and get him a referral to the RPD Animal Control. I'll be down shortly to help with the paperwork. Just keep that kid comfortable, okay? I hate seeing kids come to the ER on a game night.
Will do, Director. Holloway out.
Admin log. Amidst the flu and corporate mandates, we still have a hospital to run. Cardiacs, broken bones. The mundane tragedies don't wait for a crisis to end. I'm making a note to request extra pediatric supplies on the next requisition. It's easy to get lost in the biohazard memos and the STARS seminars, but when you see a 10-year-old in a sling, it reminds you why you took the director's chair in the first place. I'm feeling a bit better about the South Wing move. Lobby's clearing and fever cases are now isolated, so maybe we've turned the corner on the end of this night, huh? End of entry.
This is Leo from the pharmacy. Director Pierce, is that you? Please, I can't, and I shouldn't be on the phone.
Leo? Yeah, it's me. Why are you so quiet? Hey, listen, I was just looking at the stock manifest. I need you to send up another crate of the pediatric analgesics for a kid in the ER. What's the status on the floor?
Director Pierce, they're here. They just walked in about 5 minutes ago. A group of men in gray tactical fatigues, UBCS patches on their shoulders. They came in with Dr. Bard's personal assistants. They didn't even look at the staff, sir. They had a signed executive requisition order with an umbrella corporate seal that I've never seen before. It's a high clearance watermark.
An executive order? For what? Listen, the pharmacy's under my operational jurisdiction. Use your words, Leo.
Everything. They're taking everything. They've emptied the primary trauma lockers. Every single canister of the first aid spray we had in the specialized stock. They took the morphine, the intravenous sedatives, even the bulk of our distilled green herb tincture. The stuff you prepped for the STARS seminars. When I tried to tell them Nurse Holloway already had a deficit in triage, one of them...
Leo, stay with me. What happened?
Well, one of them, the one in charge, he just stepped right up into my space. He had silver hair, a cold Russian accent, and a scar running down his face that made my blood go cold. He didn't even yell. He just looked at me like I was a piece of equipment and told me that corporate assets take priority over civilian casualties. Sir, he's carrying an assault rifle in the hospital. They're acting like this is a combat zone.
Okay. Did Dr. Bard personally oversee this, or what?
Bard was on the internal comms, sir. I heard his voice over their radios. He was telling them to sanitize inventory, move everything to the B3 service elevator immediately. He said that specimens in the sublevels needed the sedatives more than the lost causes in the south wing. Doctor, they're barricading the door to the research wing, and they even put a biohazard on the pharmacy's main cabinet after they emptied it.
All right. Listen to me, Leo. Take a breath. I want you to go to the back stock room. There's an old refrigeration unit. We keep botanical samples from my research. Did they get into any private lockers, especially the one with the STARS logo on the padlock?
Hold on. No, it's still here. The padlock's intact. Maybe they missed it. It has a property of RPD sticker on the door. They probably thought it was just a police evidence locker. Maybe they didn't want the paperwork.
Good. That's our life insurance. Leo, I want you to open that locker. Inside, you'll find about a dozen blue herb mixtures, some high-potency green herb tinctures I prepped for the team. I want you to split up that stock, put half of it in a laundry cart, cover it with some soiled linens, get it up to Nurse Holloway and triage right away. Take the other half, bring it up to my office. If any of those thugs stop you, tell them you're on a direct order from the director of operations. Don't mention the herbs. You tell them you're just moving contaminated waste for disposal. You understand?
Laundry cart. Okay, contaminated waste. But sir, what if they see me? What if that Russian guy...
They're looking for umbrella assets, Leo. They're not looking for a tech moving laundry. Use the service stairs, stay off the main elevators. I'm going to have a pointed conversation with Dr. Bard. If he thinks he can turn my hospital into a supply depot for whatever those guys are, he's going to find out how much honorary authority I have. Just get moving, Leo. Pierce out. Nurse Holloway, it's John. I'm assuming the supply delivery from Leo reached you. I want to make sure the triage team is actually using those tinctures. It's the only thing that'll keep the skin irritation from turning into a full-blown incident in the lobby.
It arrived, Director. Thank you. We've started applying the green herb ointment to the more agitated cases, but I do have to report some strange vitals. The construction worker, the one who claimed he was bitten, his heart rate, it's dropped to 40. He's stable, technically, but he's just sitting there staring. He's not responding to the lidocaine either. He's completely passive.
A heart rate of 40? Wow. Well, it's likely a side effect of whatever viral strain we're dealing with. The body's probably trying to conserve energy to fight the fever. Just keep him on monitor. As long as he's breathing and passive, he's low priority for now compared to the cardiac cases. What's the status of the South Wing?
It's quiet. Really quiet, actually. The patients who were yelling an hour ago, they've mostly stopped. They're standing by their beds or sitting on the floor, and there's an odor. It's heavy, like, I don't know. It's coming from the vents in the South Wing.
That'll probably be the industrial cleaning agents we're pumping through the system. I told maintenance to double the bleach ratio to satisfy the health inspectors. It's unpleasant, but better than a cross-contamination lawsuit. Hey, how's that kid doing, the baseball player?
He's fine. A little scared. His mother's been making a bit of a scene because a few of the fever patients have wandered out of their rooms into the hallway near the pediatric wing. She's a little worried about some of the more unregulated patients being there.
God, I don't need a PR nightmare on top of a flu season. Listen, let's move them. Take the kid and his mother up to the admin wing. There's a quiet lounge next to my office with a television and some actual pillows. It'll get them out of your hair for a bit and keep the mother from calling the local news about wandering patients. Just good operational management. We'll keep them there till that x-ray tech gets back.
You know, that would actually help a lot. It's one less fire to put down out here. What about the wandering patients? Should I call security to escort them back to their beds?
Yeah, but tell them to be gentle. They're disoriented, not criminals. Just guide them back to the South Wing, lock the swinging doors. Not a lockdown, just a directional flow measure. You have to keep the flu cases separated from the other routine trauma cases. Oh, and has Dr. Arisep paged you back? I haven't heard from him in 20 minutes.
No, sir. He headed back to the lab to check on the blood gas results. I imagine Dr. Bard's cornering him with more corporate data requests. You know how Nathaniel gets when he has an audience. Anyway, I have to go. Some of the patients are getting a little unruly.
Nurse, get me a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'll walk down that way and see if I can pry the doctor loose. I need the reports before I file my log for the night. Get that kid up there and his mom. All right, Sarah? Pierce out. Admin log update. We're continuing the compartmentalization of the hospital. I've authorized moving a pediatric patient to the admin wing, purely a preventative measure to avoid a civilian complaint. The flu cases are entering a lethargic stage, which is actually easing the strain on the nursing staff. I'm going to check with the lab. If the blood gas results come back with a localized toxin, we can start the discharge process for the milder cases and maybe get a little breathing room. It's a long night, but we're maintaining order. Protocols holding. End of entry.
Security, Nelson speaking. Sorry, sir, I was just clearing the stairwell in the north wing. It's a madhouse down here.
Hey, it's okay, Nelson. Just take a second. I need a status update on the South Wing perimeter. Nurse Holloway had reported wandering patients by the pediatric unit. I thought I'd mentioned that I needed you to keep those doors locked and maintain directional flow.
We did lock them in, sir. That's the problem. I'm standing at the door to 2B right now. The magnetic lock is engaged, but the glass is cracked. Looks like someone was leaning their entire weight against it for 20 minutes. I've got 3 fever patients just standing on the other side. They aren't trying to get through anymore. They're just looking through the glass. It's making the nurses on the floor very nervous, sir.
Well, they're probably disoriented. High fevers do cause delirium. Maybe they see the light in the hallway and they're trying to get back to a familiar area. Try using the intercom and see if they'll return to their beds. If they don't comply, grab a couple of orderlies and just guide them back. I can't have them congregating at the exits.
Well, that's just it, sir. I tried the intercom. I even tapped on the glass with my baton. They didn't even blink. And, sir, something else happened 10 minutes ago. Those specialists, the ones with the tactical gear, one of their teams came through the service entrance. They were carrying one of their own, a big guy. Looked like he'd been in a wreck. But when they moved past me, I saw his arm. He had a bite wound. A deep one. Right through his tactical sleeve. He was shaking and shouting something in a language I didn't recognize.
A bite? From what? Another stray dog bite?
I don't think so, sir. The way the others were looking at him, they looked terrified of him. They skipped triage. I offered to call Nurse Holloway, but one of them just shoved me aside. They dragged the wounded man straight to the B3 service elevator. They had a key card that overrode the entire system. They're down there now. They've got a guard posted at the lift with a submachine gun.
They bypassed triage? Well, that's against protocol. And health safety laws, too. If that man has an infection, he should be looked at by our staff. Listen, Nelson, stay away from that elevator for now. See if I can get a hold of Bard. Get the patients back to their beds, lock the manual latches if the magnets are failing, and report back to me later. Hey, Nelson, keep your flashlight handy. If power starts fluctuating, I don't want anybody tripping in the dark.
Copy that, sir. I'll get the orderlies. Nelson out.
Morgue, Thomas speaking. Please tell me you're calling to tell maintenance the North Bay compressor's fixed, Director.
I'm working on it, Thomas. It's Pierce. Listen, I'm hearing reports of unauthorized activity in the service corridors near your wing. What's the status on the intakes? I saw a manifest for 6 fatalities earlier.
It's a mess, Jonathan. But it's not just the volume. 20 minutes ago, I caught a researcher. I think it was Dr. Rover from the university. He was sneaking around the intake base. Looked like he hadn't slept in a week. He was looking for a specific arrival. A John Doe from the north side. He was frantic. Kept muttering about a P-base shipment that went missing and some V-series botanical samples. He even tried to take a blood sample from a cadaver before I could even get a tag on it.
Douglas? What's he doing in our morgue looking for chemical bases? We're not a laboratory for the university. He should be over at the Spencer Memorial Research Wing if he's doing any corporate work.
I couldn't tell you, sir. He was nearly in tears. He said something about the secret in the sublevels and how we're running out of time. He didn't even stay for the paperwork. But, Director, after he left, I started hearing something. The refrigeration unit in Bay 4, I've checked the thermostat 3 times. It's sitting at 34 degrees, but I can hear scratching. Like someone left a stray cat in the ventilation? Or the patients inside are shifting against the metal.
Thomas, it's been a 16-hour shift already. The mind plays tricks in a room that quiet. Maybe it's the metal expanding or cooling coils contracting. We are pushing the generators hard tonight, and we've got a lot of extra equipment in the ER. As for Rover, it's weird, but he is high-strung. I'll try paging him and see what he's doing down in our sublevels.
It's not the metal, sir. I know the difference between a cooling pipe and a movement. And the smell, it's getting through the seals. It doesn't smell like a standard cadaver. It's chemical. Like bleach mixed with something rotten. I worked in this basement for 12 years. I've never had to wear a mask just to stand in the prep room. And I'm telling you, whatever Rover was looking for, I think it's already in the bay.
All right, listen, Thomas, if you're smelling chemicals, I want you to close the intake vents and just move to the upper office. If there was a spill during one of the transfers, don't go investigating the refrigeration units yourself. Don't need a workman's comp claim just because you inhaled something toxic, you know?
I understand, Director. I'm locking the prep room now, but if you find Rover, ask him what he was so worried about. He kept scratching at his arm like it was inflamed, muttering about the itch. It gave me the creeps.
I'll look into it, Thomas. Go get yourself some fresh air. Pierce out. P base. I've seen that label on requisitions for the sublevels. I thought it was a stabilizer for blood gas centrifuges, but Douglas Rover doesn't cross the city in a riot for a stabilizer. And then itch. Holloway mentioned the construction worker was scratching at his wound too. If this viral stain causes a localized epidermal irritation alongside the bradycardia, I might have to go down there. I want to see what has Douglas Rover so terrified. If he's right about a spill in the sublevels, then this blue isn't an outbreak. It's a leak.
Director? It's Taylor down in B2. I'm standing by the main filtration tank for the West Wing. I know you've got a madhouse upstairs, but there's something weird going down here. The pressure in the intake line from the city's sewer just spiked. Well, it sounds like something is breathing inside the primary cistern.
Breathing, Taylor? Could it be a vacuum lock in the pumps? I know we've had the backup generators on all night. Vibration does travel through the pipes.
I've been the lead on this system for a long time, Jonathan. Pumps don't growl. And the smell, it's not sewage. It's like swamp water and raw fish. I'm looking into the observation port and the water's thick, like some kind of gelatin. There's something white and bloated floating just beneath the surface. I thought it was a body at first, but it's too big. Much too big. I'm gonna open the manual bypass to see if I can flush it out.
All right, well, Taylor, don't open anything. If there is a biological obstruction, we need to treat it as a contaminant. Lock the gate. Get yourself back to the upper levels. I've already lost contact with the south wing. I don't need my head of facilities disappearing in a septic tank.
I'll be quick. I need to know what's clogging my line. I'll call you back when the pressure drops. Good luck. Taylor out.
Director Pierce here. Hey, Nurse Maggie, I was looking at the lobby cameras. Why are people standing in the ambulance bay? I thought we directed overflow to the south wing.
Director, the south wing is full. We've got people coming in from the street who aren't even part of the outbreak. I've got a Mr. Gable who just arrived. He was working in the garage and took 2 fingers off on a table saw. He's bleeding out on a plastic bench because I don't have a clean suture kit left on this floor. And I've got a delicate intake in exam room 2. A gentleman who fell on a household object. He's in a lot of pain, but I can't even get a resident to look at him because we're dealing with all the fever cases.
A table saw? In the middle of a riot? God help us. Listen, Maggie, I know you know this. Just put a pressure wrap on him. If we don't have suture kits, use the industrial adhesive from the maintenance closet. I've taught field medics how to use it for closures. It'll hold until morning. As for exam room 2, give him a sedative and a privacy curtain. He's going to have to wait. We have to prioritize the life threats.
That's the thing, sir. We just had a woman in the 3rd row. Came in with the flu symptoms, and she just coded. Right there, in the lobby. 1 minute, she was shivering. The next, she just slumped. I've got 2 orderlies trying to start a line, but... Oh, my God. Director, hold on.
Maggie, what's happening? Talk to me.
It's the waiting room. 2 patients are fighting. The construction worker who was waiting for his bite treatment, he just lunged at a guy who's got a broken leg. They're on the floor. Security! Security, lobby B! Jonathan, he bit him. He took a chunk out of the man's neck. There's blood everywhere. It's not stopping.
Okay, Maggie, get back. Get away from him. Don't try to intervene.
I gotta go. They're coming over the triage desk.
Admin log, supplemental. Just received word of a violent altercation in the main lobby. One of the patients assaulted another patient. I've authorized security to use physical restraints. God help me, I never thought I'd be signing off on shackling patients in our lobby, but Safety above all else. While reviewing the operational costs for the South Wing move, I did come across a discrepancy in the transit logs. We've had 3 shipments of high-density biological waste move through the service elevators tonight, destined for the Nest facility. I've seen that acronym on umbrella internal ledgers before. I always assumed it was more regional storage or a deep-level filtration plant, but billing codes attached to these shipments are astronomical. We're talking specialized cryogenic transport and level 4 biocontainment fees. Why is a public hospital in the middle of a citywide flu outbreak acting as a waypoint for any kind of deep research facility? And the signatures on these manifests, they're not coming from the hospital board. They're coming directly from Dr. Bard's private office. If Bard is using this hospital as a front porch for whatever Nest is, I think the board of directors might have some serious explaining to do. I'm an administrator, not a smuggler. Might have to head down to the archives. I'd like to see some original sublevel blueprints. I'd like to know where those waste elevators lead. If Nest is what's causing the air quality to drop in the morgue, we'll have to shut down the intake valves. End of entry. Thomas? Thomas? I've seen a power surge in the basement levels. I thought I told you to get to the upper office. Are you still down there?
Director, I can't get out. The service door's jammed from the outside. Something hit the door so hard the frame buckled. I'm in the cold storage locker, the small one.
Listen to me. Stay calm. I'm going to call security. What did you see, Thomas? Was it a flu patient?
No, it wasn't a person. I saw it through the observation glass before the lights flickered. It was one of those things from the lab. It was like a man, but with red, pulsating growths all over its back, and it moved so fast. It didn't walk. It leaped. It took Dr. Arasat. He didn't even have time to scream.
A red growth? Thomas, are you sure? That sounds kind of like the experimental biological assets Bart had talked about. If those are loose...
They are loose, and it's not just them. There's something else in the vents. It looks like a mass of vines, like a man-shaped thing made out of leeches or... I don't know. It's been drinking blood from the floor, John. It just absorbs it. I can hear it sliding against the metal doors of the refrigeration units. It's looking for the samples Rover was talking about. Oh, God, it's here. It followed the scent. Director, please tell my wife. Tell her...
Thomas, hold the door. Thomas, hang on. Thomas.
Jonathan, it's Nurse Holloway. I'm in the South Wing observation room, and we have a problem with the woman who coded earlier. The one Maggie mentioned from the lobby.
Wait, I thought she was being moved. How are you having a problem with her if she's in the morgue?
Because she's not in the morgue. The orderlies brought her into the overflow ward to wait for a gurney. She was flatlined for 12 minutes, Jonathan. I checked her vitals myself. No pulse, no respiration, fixed pupils. We even called the time of death. But she's moving.
All right, Sarah, focus. Is it a spasm? Maybe the viral load was high enough you can see postmortem muscular contractions? It does happen with certain neurorespiratory strains. Maybe a biological reflex?
It's not a spasm. She sat up slowly. And the monitor, the EKG is still showing a flat line. There's zero electrical activity in her. But she's looking around the room. And the construction worker, the one with the bite, he's standing in the corner. He's not attacking anyone. He's sniffing the air like he's tracking something. Jonathan, these people, they're not sick. Their skin is starting to fall off like rapid onset decomposition, but they're upright.
All right, Sarah, listen. Get this staff out of that ward. Lock the swinging doors. You still have a master key? Use the override.
I can't.
The doors are already locked from the outside. Dr. Bard's team, they came through 3 minutes ago. They didn't help us. They just swiped a card, and the magnetic locks engaged. We're trapped in here with them. And the woman is starting to make this sound, like a wet, rattling moan, and she's looking at the nurses.
Sarah, listen. In the supply closet, look for the specialized first aid kits. There should be concentrated blue herb canisters in there. It's a powerful antitoxin. If there's a chemical agent involved, maybe this will buy you some time. Spray it in the ventilation intake for that room. Maybe it'll neutralize the...
Oh, God, get back! Get back!
Sarah? Sarah? Admin log. I just lost contact with Nurse Holloway. I heard her screaming over the line. I'm not sure what's going on. I've tried to call the security desk, but I'm getting static. Internal comms are failing. The kid in the pediatric unit with his mom, I've told them to lock themselves in the executive break room and not to open it for anyone but me. And now I get this fax, a priority red fax from the Nest Administration Office, signed by Dr. Bard. He's calling it an equipment failure in the sublevels. A goddamn equipment failure. The wording is incredibly vague, even for Nathaniel. He's reporting uncontrolled kinetic energy in the B3 containment sector and demanding that all internal security be diverted to the service elevators. He's asking for high tensile restraint teams. Restraint teams for what? If a centrifuge breaks, you call a mechanic. You don't call a riot squad. I heard my head nurse sound like she was being torn apart in triage, and I'm getting faxes about localized breaches and compromised ventilation seals. He knows something. He knows exactly what's going on, and we're treating it like a plumbing issue to keep liability off their desks. I'm done. I'm done with logs and corporate reports. If there's a breach, we need to know what the answers are. End of entry.
Jonathan, pick up, damn it. Oh, God, it's not a clog. Jonathan, it's a mouth. It's all mouth.
All right, Taylor, slow down. Where are you?
I'm in the filtration room. It came out of the cistern. It looks like some giant, pale frog, but it doesn't have any eyes. It just has this massive jaw. They took my assistant, Jonathan. Miller was standing right by the edge. The thing it surged out of the water. It didn't even bite. It just opened up and took him. Whole. He's still screaming in there, Jonathan, but the sound, it's muffled. It's like, oh, God.
Taylor, get out of there. Get to the maintenance ladder.
I can't. There's another one blocking the service door. It's just sitting there. I think it's waiting for me to move. It's so big. How did something that big get into our pipes, Jonathan? Oh, God, it's looking at me. I could feel it. Oh, God, it's opening its...
Taylor? Taylor, answer me. Admin log, Director John Pierce. I've been looking at South Wing blood gas results for almost an hour. We've all been trying to fit them into a viral flu model, and we were all wrong. This is not a flu. This is not even a standard pathogen. The protein markers in the fever cases, they match the T-series biological research Bard's been hiding. It's a viral-induced cellular reanimation. It's a weapon that feeds on its own hosts. But I found a countermeasure. Tucked inside an encrypted subdirectory in Bard's private files was a formula for a synthetic antigen. He called it a V-base suspension, and if my research at the university holds up, this isn't just a stabilizer, it's a blueprint for a cure. It's the only way to stop necrosis before it hits the brainstem. The mass production synthesizer is located in our B3 sublab. If I can get to that terminal and initialize a sequence, I can produce enough of this to stabilize anyone, any survivors. The city doesn't have to burn. I'm going to head out soon. I'm going to bring my master key and every canister of the herb extract I have left. I'll have to call RPD. I have to tell them to keep some terminals open. If I can get physical vials out of the building, well, we'll see. This is Director Jonathan Pierce. I'm going to try to finish what I've started. End of log.
RPD Main Hall, Officer Ryman speaking. If you're calling to report a riot, we're booked up. Try again in another lifetime.
Hey, Kevin. It's John Pierce at Spencer Memorial. Put the jokes aside for a second. I don't have much time.
Doc, good to hear a voice that isn't screaming. We're wondering where our favorite honorary STARS member's been hiding. Right now we're in the main hall, turning it into a giant wooden crate. Marvin's orders. Trying to make a safe zone for survivors.
Listen to me, Kev. I found a digital blueprint for a synthetic antigen. A vaccine. I just realized what we're dealing with. It's a virus, Kevin. I manufactured one. I'm heading down there now to initialize mass production sequence on the Umbrella servers. If I can get a synthesizer running, I'm going to need you or Marvin to coordinate an armed escort to get these vials to the precinct. It's the only way out for Raccoon City.
A vaccine? Doc, are you for real? If you've got a cure for whatever's turning our city to a morgue, better move like your life depends on it. We're sealing the main gates in 45 minutes. Once those boards go up, we're locking down till the military arrives. Marvin and Mackenzie are already reporting breaches in the side corridors.
I'm not coming yet. I have to start the synthesis first. Just tell Marvin to keep the terminal open for the STARS office network. I can broadcast raw data to his desk the second I hit the upload button. That way, if I don't make it back to RPD, the data lives on in your servers. It's the only evidence that can stop this.
Copy that. I'll let Marvin know to stay on the terminal. And hey, John, don't go playing hero unless you have to. We'll keep a light on for you in the lobby. Ryman out.
Nathaniel, I know you're there. I'm looking at your private requisition fax now. Equipment failure? Is that what you call it while my nurses are being slaughtered in the halls?
Jonathan, I'm surprised you're still using the internal lines. I'd have thought you'd be halfway to the suburbs by now. You always did have a penchant for staying until the end of shift.
I'm staying because I have patients and staff that I'm responsible for. I found files on the B3 server. I know about the V-base. I know about the antigen.
The antigen? Jonathan, you're a hospital administrator. You're out of your depth. That blueprint you found is proprietary Umbrella data. It's not a cure for the masses. It's a controlled asset for the company's internal recovery. You should not have been poking around in my subdirectory. It's unprofessional.
Unprofessional? You've turned this hospital into a slaughterhouse. You're sitting on the only vaccine in the city while the RPD's boarding up their doors. I've talked to RPD. I'm initializing the synthesizer. I'm going to broadcast that data to every terminal in the state. I'm going to make your asset public domain.
You aren't doing anything, Jonathan. Do you really think Umbrella hasn't accounted for a hero like you? Look at your security feed. The UBCS doesn't just seize pharmacies. They've been instructed to sanitize any operational data that isn't under my direct control, including you.
Sanitize? You're going to kill your own director of operations?
I'm not doing anything. The city is in a state of chaos. Tragedies happen. If I were you, I'd leave the vaccine alone and find a dark corner to hide in. But you won't. You'll go to the B3 lab, you'll try to be the savior, and you'll find that Umbrella's investments are a lot more durable than a doctor's oath. Goodbye, Jonathan.
If anyone's still left on the employee line, or anyone still listening to this frequency, or anyone hearing this recording, listen carefully. I'm leaving my office. I spent the last few hours trying to manage a crisis with paperwork and protocols, but that time has passed. I've identified a specific synthetic antigen in the sub-level directories. A vaccine, or as close to one as we're ever going to get. I'm heading down to the B3 labs. My goal is to initialize the synthesizer and secure digital blueprints. If I can get back up here, I'm going to patch the data through to RPD and to the university. We have a chance to stop the spread of this. To the staff in the West Wing, stay behind barricades. To RPD, if you hear this, Kevin, Marv, Mackenzie, keep that terminal open. If I'm not back on this line in 20 minutes, don't wait for me. Just get as many people out as possible. This is Director Jonathan Pierce. and it's time to start acting like I own the place. I'm heading down. I'll come back with an update. Admin log. I don't know how I'm still breathing. The descent to B3, it was a graveyard. Not just bodies, but pieces. And the silence is the worst part. There's no more sirens. No more gurneys rattling. No more patients screaming for help. Just this heavy, cold silence that feels like it's pressing against my chest. Spencer Memorial Hospital's dead. I made it to the lab. I got the vials. But as I stepped out of the clean room, one of these umbrella teams was waiting. 3 of them. And they had me at gunpoint. I was held like a criminal in my own house of healing. They were going to sanitize the witness. I saw the look in the lead merc's eyes. He was going to pull the trigger. And then one of the pipes burst, and one of those frog things, it surged out of the vent. It was massive. It didn't even look at me. It just opened its jaw and swallowed the lead merc whole right in front of me. I ran and I didn't look back. I crawled through the maintenance ducts, covered in God knows what, but I have it. I have the vials, and the data's almost done. I'm uploading it through the uplink, and I'm going to make the call. I'm going to head to the roof. We're going to win this. We're going to save the survivors. There's hope. Raccoon City is not a tomb. Oh my God. What the hell is that thing? Stars. Jesus, no, help me. I have the cure. Somebody help me.
Hello, you've reached the office of Dr. Jonathan Pierce. Since you're calling, you probably know we're gearing up for Spencer Memorial's 20th anniversary celebration next week. We're so proud of the work we've done for Raccoon City. I'm currently away from my desk, but if you leave me a message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as for the anniversary, it's going to be a beautiful night, and I can't wait to see all of you there to toast to another 20 years of healing and hope. Just leave a name, a brief message, and remember, the best is yet to come.
At the Raccoon City Zoo, our animals don't just live here, they thrive here. They're cared for by people who understand them, who watch them, who stay with them long after the gates close. So, if you're looking for something peaceful, something safe, somewhere the world can't quite reach you, come spend a day with us. Let the noise fade. Let the city wait. Raccoon City Zoo, where life continues, no matter what's happening outside.
Hello, my name's Evan Mercer. Today's date is September 29th, 1998, and this is supposed to be something simple. I'm recording this for the Raccoon Times. They're putting together a piece called A Night in the Life, Raccoon City Zoo, After Dark. See, just because the gates are closed and the crowds go home doesn't mean the work stops. The zoo never really goes to sleep, it just gets quieter. There's still animals to monitor, systems to maintain, and people working hard behind the scenes to keep everything running smoothly so families can come back tomorrow and feel safe and amazed all over again. That's what this is. Just a little behind-the-scenes look. I'm broadcasting tonight from our operations desk. There's a radio console, landline, our logs, and all the glamorous stuff you never see on the brochures. Over the next hour or so, I'll be checking in with some of the incredible folks working around the park tonight. Animal care staff, maintenance, night shift security, and so much more. The people who really keep this place alive. So, if everything goes right, you'll hear just how calm and routine a night at the zoo really is. All right, that's enough from me. Let's bug somebody who actually works around here. I think we have night animal care on the line. Chris, are you awake over there?
Yeah, Evan, I'm here. Still conscious. For now.
Good. I was worried the llamas finally made an escape attempt and took you hostage. Can you please introduce yourself before people start thinking I made you up?
Well, my name's Chris. I'm part of the night animal care team here at the zoo. I make sure everyone's fed, calm, and still where they're supposed to be.
Translation for the listeners. Chris is one of the people who keeps this place alive when nobody's here to see it. People think the work stops when these gates close, but it really doesn't.
Not even close. We have night feeding, behavior checks, medical monitoring. Honestly, it can be pretty peaceful, though. You do get to see a different side of the animals.
Yeah, it's the 2 a.m. and I'm still working and running on coffee side. Always my favorite.
You know, I have to say, though, they've been a little restless lately, and it's hard to pin down why. Could be weather. Could just be one of those nights, Or, I don't know, sometimes, animals pick things up better than we do.
Hey, man, if something's off, I trust your gut far more than I trust a memo. And I appreciate you, man. Thanks for checking in with us tonight.
Anytime, bud. Night crew's listening. Try not to break anything up there.
No promises. Stay safe out there tonight, Chris. A lot of people don't think about the guys behind the scenes like that. The ones who stay up all night so that people can come here tomorrow, enjoy the zoo, and just for a little bit think of the world as still simple and safe. Anyway, let's keep looking around the zoo. All right, next on the line's maintenance. They're the ones who have to fix things around here while the rest of us break them. Maintenance, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here. What'd you screw up this time?
Nothing yet. We're behaving. Can you introduce yourself so the city knows who keeps the lights on?
Well, my name's Bobby. I'm part of the night maintenance crew here. We keep the pumps running, the power stable, climate controls, monitor the alarms and keep them working. All the stuff nobody thinks about unless it stops working.
So for everyone listening, Bobby's the guy who keeps the heart of the zoo beating.
Something like that. Most nights it's pretty routine. Tonight's been a little busier than usual, though. Nothing serious, just little glitches. Some systems are wanting more attention than they usually do.
Hey, man, if you're calm, I'm calm. I appreciate you, Bobby. Thanks for checking in with us tonight.
Anytime. Stay safe up there.
You too. As a visitor, you don't really think about it, The zoo, it's as much machines and people as it is animals. Folks like that, they keep the heart beating while the rest of us pretend the magic just happens on its own. Anyway, let's see who else is still awake with us tonight. All right, now we're going to go somewhere a little quieter and a little wetter, too. Aquarium team, can you hear me?
Yeah, Evan. We hear you loud and clear.
Good. I'd hate for a place full of water to suddenly start having communication problems. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself so the city knows who the folks keeping the fins happy are?
Name's Dan Carr. I handle night operations here at the aquarium. Water quality, filtration, health monitoring, systems checks, all the glamorous stuff.
Ah, so you're like the Bobby of the aquarium.
Pretty much, yeah. Everything keeps running, so nobody has to think about it.
And, Dan, you have someone else with you tonight, right?
Hey, Evan. Emily here.
Emily is one of our divers here, which means if you've ever been to the aquarium and wondered who actually gets in there, that's her.
Yeah, that's me. I handle intake maintenance, visual inspections, enrichment setups, and occasionally waving at kids through the glass when they spot me.
So how glamorous is life underwater tonight?
Honestly, pretty normal. We're scheduled for a maintenance check inside the main tank later. Standard stuff we do pretty regularly. Sharks are calm, fed, used to divers. It's routine. They've been a little more active tonight, but that happens sometimes. Nothing unusual.
These animals aren't the Hollywood type. They're monitored constantly, extremely well-fed, and selected based on temperament. Safety protocols are strict. We don't do anything reckless here.
See, everybody? Everyone listening, there's nothing to worry about. Just highly trained professionals doing highly controlled work. No drama. Okay, well, I'll try not to distract you too much, and if it's all right with you guys, I'd like to check back in later after your swim and everyone can hear how it went. Stay safe down there, you two. All right, now let's check in with the guy who keeps us safe. Our security officer. Henderson, you awake out there?
Yeah, Evan, still here. Still walking in circles with a flashlight.
Introduce yourself for the nice people listening before I tell them you just sit around drinking bad coffee.
Name's Henderson, night security. I keep the gates shut, I keep the wrong people out, and the right people safe. And I try really hard not to end up in paperwork.
Truly one of our unsung heroes.
Been a little tense tonight, though. We've had people outside the perimeter. Not trespassers exactly, more like they don't know where they are. And then Raccoon police have been out front more than usual. Something's going on in the city.
That's weird. Are you holding up okay?
Yeah, well, we locked the perimeter tighter, and I'm doing extra patrols. We'll keep this place safe. It's what we do.
All right. Well, we always appreciate you, Henderson.
Right back at you. I'll keep you posted if there's anything to tell you about.
Since I'm recording this piece tonight, I figured I'd share a few thoughts of my own. You can feel things are kind of strange tonight, even in here. I mean, the zoo's still running, people, they're still doing their jobs, and everything looks normal if you don't look too close, but something feels a little off. It's like the whole city's just leaning a little bit to one side and pretending it isn't. You know, like on the way in tonight, I had a moment, I guess. My neighbor was outside when I was leaving for work. Nice guy. We've said hi 1,000 times. But he was different tonight. He was pale, sweating. He wouldn't answer me. He just kind of reached for me like he didn't even recognize who I was. And I tried to back him off, and he bit me. Yeah, my neighbor bit me. That's the kind of night it is in Raccoon City. I got it cleaned up, bandaged, it's fine. It's just another weird, awful thing in a city full of awful things lately, right? But still, it sticks with you. When the ordinary people in your life stop feeling ordinary. But I'm here. I'm okay. And we've got work to do. And there are people here doing their best to keep this place steady, and I'm going to stay steady too, and that's the job tonight. We keep going. But all right, let's keep things moving. We're going to call our friend Nina down in primate care. Nina, you with me?
I'm here, Evan. Hi. Sorry it took me a second. We had our hands full tonight.
Yeah, hands full. Feels like the theme tonight. Can you tell everyone who you are and what your night normally looks like?
Okay, well, I'm over in primate care, and late nights are usually quiet. Check the enclosures, enrichment maintenance, make sure everyone's comfortable and hydrated and calm. They're creatures of routine. If we keep the rhythm steady, they stay steady.
Yeah, steady sounds nice right about now. How are they tonight?
Different.
Oh, different how?
Well, they've been restless. Not loud, not aggressive, just watching. They're sticking close to the viewing glass, faces forward like they're waiting for something on the other side of it.
Oh, well, could be the weather or, I don't know, maybe the noise from the city tonight?
I thought that too, but it doesn't feel like fear. It feels curious, focused, like they know something that we don't.
Anything else unusual?
Yeah, their social behavior. They're grouping tighter than usual, even the ones that usually keep to themselves. Like they've silently agreed they're safer touching each other. And earlier, one of the handlers walked past the glass and they all turned their heads in the same motion. Exactly the same. Animals don't sync like that unless they're hunting or scared.
Okay. But everyone's safe right now, right?
Yes, we locked down early and protocols are solid. We're just watching each other tonight, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, stay with your team and stay smart. And if anything changes, hey, you call me, okay?
I will. Hey, Evan,
Yeah?
whatever's happening out there tonight, don't try to be brave. Just be careful.
Hey, same to you. And we'll keep talking tonight, all right? Another call coming in. Evan Mercer, Zoo Operations Office.
Hey, it's Mark. I'm up here near guest operations by the front plaza.
Oh, all right. What's going on?
I've been trying to get through to emergency services, police lines, medical, city response channels, and everything is either jammed or just dead.
Well, I'd say keep trying. The city's under a lot tonight. Probably just overload.
Yeah, maybe, but it's weird. Our municipal alert integration dropped offline too. And city paging system stopped updating about half an hour ago. The last thing it pushed out looked bad.
Oh, okay. Is anyone else out there with you?
No, and to be honest, that's what's bothering me. This place is never really empty. There's always someone crossing a walkway or talking on a radio, and it just kind of feels like the air's gone hollow.
Yeah, okay, well, you're not alone, Mark. We're all still here. Lock your doors, stay put, and we'll just keep communicating. That's how we get through it.
Yeah, okay, all right. Hey, Evan, if anything official breaks through, something real, let us know. I don't want whatever's happening out there sneaking up on us in here.
You got my word. We will keep each other informed. All right? We'll keep going.
Yeah. All right. I'll stay put. Thanks, man.
Looks like maintenance is calling me now again. Maintenance, I've got you on. Where are you?
Hey, I'm down here near electrical control, the backup distribution hub.
Oh, all right. How are we looking down there?
Not great. We're stable for now, but we're riding the edge. Power feeds have been spiking all night. The external grid is a mess. We're carrying more of our own load than we usually do.
Oh, okay. Meaning?
Meaning, if city power drops, the zoo is going to have to hold itself together, and while the generators are good, they're not meant for a war zone.
Anything we should be doing?
Yeah. Tell everyone to stop treating tonight like a normal night. Lights off where we don't need them. Non-essential systems down. If we can surf now, we will survive later.
Okay, copy that. Anything else?
Yeah, something else. I keep hearing movement near the service corridors by the lower tunnels. Not animals, not machinery. Slow and heavy. Someone's out there.
Do you need security?
Well, yeah, but they seem busy enough. If I just tell them, keep an eye on this place when they can, I'm not opening a damn door to check, I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right, well, you're doing great. I mean, stay sharp and stay locked down.
You too. If we do go dark, I'll try to warn you before it happens.
All right, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hello, this is Operation Control.
Yeah, this is Trevor. I'm down at the vehicle depot. Utility trucks, golf carts, maintenance rigs, all that.
Oh, okay. Everything good down there?
Depends on your definition of good. Nothing's damaged, nothing's stolen, but I've been watching the outside lot for the last hour.
Okay, and?
There are people out there.
Guests?
No. And they're not doing anything. They're just standing near the fences, spread out, like they wandered as far as they could go and just stopped.
All right. Anyone trying to break in?
No. That's the part that's bothering me. They're not pushing, not yelling, just facing inward, facing us.
Okay. I will notify security. Just stay inside, lock up, stay safe.
Oh, I'm not stepping out there. I've seen animals stare at something that scares them, and this isn't that. This looks like whatever's happening out there, it's like it's ran out of road and the city didn't know where else to go. So it came here and just stopped.
All right, you're not alone. Keep the doors locked. If anything else happens, stay in touch. You can call here.
You got it. And hey, if those people start moving again, we're going to have a very different night, I think.
Okay.
Trevor, focus, man. Are they moving or not?
Security's calling me? Henderson, is that you?
Oh, Evan, good. You picked up. I needed to talk to you. Listen, we've got a problem.
Yeah, to be honest, I can hear it in your voice. What is it?
One of the alligators is out.
Out? Like out? Out? Out how?
Out as in out. Out of its enclosure. The gate's wrecked. We don't even know when it happened.
Okay, all right. Do we know where it is?
We did, for a second. We were tracking it, It was slow, predictable, and then suddenly it just took off. It took off like it knew exactly where it wanted to go.
Where did it go?
Well, straight for the service pass. It didn't even hesitate. It went right to the old maintenance access and it dropped into the drainage system.
You're kidding me.
I really wish I was. We watched it go down one of the wide grates, and that was it. Gone. Just gone. And now nobody knows where it is.
So it's underground now?
Yeah. Somewhere in the drain channels and the service runs. All the little places nobody ever thinks about, but, connect half this park. It's under us somewhere, and I can't tell you where it comes back out.
Is anyone close to those areas?
Probably. Staff, maybe. Maybe people who didn't make it out. I don't know. And I can't get everyone everywhere at once right now. We're stretched thin as it is.
All right. Listen, you've got to do everything you can. Are you okay?
I don't know. Evan, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to be, but this isn't what I signed up for. I talked to this guy at the Raccoon Police, Mac, the dispatcher, a while back, and I told him things here didn't feel right. I thought I was just dealing with trespassers, kids, something simple I could write up and forget about.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, I was wrong about all of it, and now we've got something huge crawling around under the zoo, and I don't even know how to warn the right people fast enough.
Well, you're here, you're calling, and at least you're warning everybody who hears this. That's something. More than most people could do tonight.
thanks, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
All right, you're not on your own, Henderson. Stay with me if you can. If anything changes, please call me back.
Yeah, I will. If I'm able, I'll reach out again. Just, you be careful up there, too, all right?
You too. Okay, well, whoever's listening to this later, we're still steady here. Things are strange tonight, but everyone's doing what they're supposed to and keeping things moving. I should probably be honest here for the sake of the record. I don't feel great. That bite earlier, I cleaned it and wrapped it and, did everything I'm supposed to, but it is itching like crazy under the bandage, almost like it's burning a little bit. And I got this warmth in my head, not dizzy, not passing out, just hot, like I'm running a mild fever I didn't have an hour ago. I'm still okay. I can do this. I just, saying it out loud so it doesn't surprise me later, I guess. It's probably just stress, adrenaline, long night, body catching up, and stuff like that. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Another call. Hello, this is Evan from Operations Control.
Yeah, hey, this is Ray, down in the service corridors, behind the exhibits. Normally this is the calmest part of the job, but tonight doesn't feel that way.
What's happening back there?
Well, it's quiet, too quiet for this place, and even the things that should be noisy, they ain't. It's like everything's listening instead of moving.
Are you seeing anyone out there?
No, but to be honest, it makes it worse. I keep expecting to turn a corner and find someone, and instead it's just empty hall after empty hall. I worked here a long time. I've been here during storms and blackouts, evacuations, and this doesn't feel like any of those. It feels like the building's holding its breath.
Listen to me, you're not alone. Just stick to protocol. Keep doors closed. Keep your head. You're doing everything right.
I know. It's just weird having the quiet feel like a threat instead of a relief. Hey, Evan, you doing all right up there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a long night. Yeah, I gotta keep going.
All right. If anything shifts down here, I'll call in. But hey, please tell me if anything goes real bad.
You'll hear it from me first. Keep steady, Ray.
Trying to.
Okay, let's check back in with the aquarium. Dan, how'd things go?
Evan, we're working on an incident here. Emily's still in the tank.
Okay, talk to me. What's happening?
She went in. Everything was normal. We had clean behavior readings, and then it just changed. No trigger, no stimulus, no reason. They're circling fast, faster than we've ever seen. Hold positions. No one opens anything unless I tell you. She's maintaining position just like she's trained to. Perfect posture. But they're bumping her. That doesn't happen. They do not test divers, ever. They're driving her backward. They're blocking her exit. I'm ordering recall. Stand by. Damn it. They're hurting.
Can you see her? Do you have visual?
We have silhouettes, shadows. Too fast. She's trying to stay controlled. We're prepping retrieval, but they're cutting her path off faster than we can respond. They shouldn't be doing this. They are not like this, these animals. This isn't even predation behavior. This is... I don't know what this is. Emergency team on standby. Do not enter that water. Nobody else dies tonight. Do you hear me? We're losing her. Visual lost. We're locking this section down. Containment procedures, full lockdown. No one goes near that tank. Evan,
shut this call down. No one needs to hear any more of this.
Okay. Well, we're still here. We're still moving this forward. That's what matters. Can't stop talking to each other. We can't stop checking on each other. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud. This wasn't supposed to be like this. None of this was supposed to be like this. I'm really warm now. I'm hot. That bite is burning. Feels like it's crawling up my arm, and I keep telling myself it's stress or shock or adrenaline, refusing to let go. But I'm still here. I'm still doing my job. I'm not quitting tonight. Just keep going. Okay, got a call. Keep it together. Zevin, Operation Control.
Yeah, hi. I'm Miss Mason. I don't even know if I should be even calling, but I didn't know who else to talk to.
All right, it's all right. You did the right thing. Talk to me.
I'm near the transfer base where we normally load animals for transport or for vet runs, and there's blood out here, man. Not a spill, not an accident. It's smeared, dragged, like something pulled someone instead of helping them.
Okay. Is anyone with you?
No, and I don't want to move. I keep hearing something like someone breathing in the dark.
Mason, stay with me. Slow down. Focus. Where exactly are you?
Bay 3. The lights flickered a bit. I just froze. I never freeze. Not at work. Not here. Tonight I did.
Hey, you need to focus. I can help you. Just don't fall apart on me. All right?
I'm trying, man.
I know. I'm sorry. You're doing fine. Just breathe. Keep doors shut. Don't go toward anything you don't understand. You hear me?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just didn't want to be alone with this.
You're not. I'm here. We're all here.
Okay. I'll call back if anything changes.
All right. I've got another line coming in. Go ahead. Identify yourself.
Yeah, this is Cal Roberts, Safety and Security Systems. I'm in the control office.
All right, Cal. What's going on?
We've got a real problem. Locks, access control, internal security, everything's cycling. Doors that should stay secured are unlocking, or relocking, or just failing completely.
Is that power?
No. I wish it was power. This is logic failure, protocol confusion. The system is not responding with the right emergency states anymore. It is doing the wrong things at the wrong times.
Then fix it, Cal. That's your job. Don't just narrate it to me.
Well, I'm trying, but something keeps forcing overrides. Victor's safe routes are opening, restricted lockdown doors are half engaged, then stopping, and I'm getting alerts like people are in restricted zones they have no business being in. Multiple people.
All right. Well, you hold whatever control you've got left. Damn, my arm aches. Hold whatever you've got left. If we lose internal security, the zoo's gone.
I think we've already lost it, Evan.
Then tell them to stop moving. Nobody trusts automatic systems. Nobody guesses. Everything is manual decisions now. Do you hear me?
Yeah, manual decisions. Got it.
You're doing good, Cal. Stay where you can help people. You're doing good.
I'll try, but if this keeps slipping, panic's gonna beat everything else.
Okay. We're not doing panic. We're not doing that. Systems slip. Plans break. People don't. We keep talking. We keep thinking. We make manual decisions. My arm is driving me crazy. Feels like it's crawling deep under the skin, like something wants out, and it can't. Just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. Sorry, that's not helpful. Oh, I got short with Cal. I shouldn't have done that. That's not who I am. That's not why I'm here. People are trying. People are scared. People need someone not to fall apart in front of them. So I won't. If anyone hears this later, this place is full of people who care. They didn't freeze. They didn't run. They stayed. They tried. And so do we. We keep our heads. We don't trust automatic doors. We don't trust anyone, we don't trust anything except what we can see and decide ourselves. No guessing, no blind steps. All right. Still moving. Oh, another call. Go ahead. Please identify yourself.
Hello? This is Gail Thompson with Elephant Care. I'm over here with Oscar.
Hey, Gail. How's he doing?
He's awake. He shouldn't be. He should be asleep by now. But he's standing there listening to a world I don't think he recognizes.
Is he stressed?
Not the way we write stressed on the charts, not pacing, not trumpeting. He's just still. Too still. Like he's waiting for something that hasn't happened yet. But he knows it's coming.
That sounds about right for tonight.
I keep talking to him, and he keeps looking at me like he's trying to understand why. Animals feel changes before people do. Storms, earthquakes, whatever this is, he feels all of it.
Are your doors good down there?
They're holding for now, but I heard what Cal said. If the system doesn't know what it's doing, I don't know how long I can promise anything. And if something goes wrong, I don't want him panicking. I don't want him scared.
All right, well, you keep him calm. Don't move him unless you absolutely have to. Familiar is safe. Familiar is everything right now.
You always say that like you're one of us. You know that? Like you've been doing elephant care all your life.
I just love the big guy.
We all do. If anything changes, I'll call back, but I'm not leaving him no matter what.
I know you're not. Stay with him, Gail. He trusts you. Got another line. This is Operation Control. Please identify yourself.
This is Tom Alvarez, grounds crew. I'm by the tram station near the gift shop.
All right, Tom. Tell me what's happening.
I'm hiding. There's people out here. They're not acting like people.
Are they talking or yelling? Are they acknowledging you?
They don't talk. They just look. And they move fast when they decide to. And they're bleeding. And some of them are hurt in ways that they shouldn't even be standing.
Okay. All right. Are you safe? Are you locked in somewhere?
I'm in a service office near the tram area. I locked the door, I think. I don't even trust the locks anymore.
Good. Don't trust them. Don't trust anything automatic. You keep your weight against it if you can. You keep something between you and anyone who tries to come through that isn't talking to you like a normal human being. You understand?
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because I thought I was just scared or overreacting, but they're not sick. Sick people don't hunt. One of them stopped right outside my door earlier. Didn't knock, didn't try the handle, just leaned their head against it like they were listening.
Do not open that door. Do not speak to them. If anyone hears you, they're not going to help you. Just stay quiet, all right? Stay still. Stay smart.
Okay. Hey, I trust you, Evan.
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm here. You're not alone. You're not alone. Sorry, Tom. I'm here, man. Just, you call back if they try anything. Don't be brave. Be alive.
I'll try, man.
Evan, operations. Caller, go ahead.
Evan, thank God. It's Rick. Rick Dalton. I'm sorry to call you on this line. I didn't know what else to do. I tried the police. The lines are busy or just dead. I kept dialing, and it's just nothing. Nobody's there. I'm near the plaza, by the concessions. I thought I could cut through and make it inside somewhere, but there are people out here. They're not right. They're hurt, and they're still walking. They shouldn't even be standing. Something's wrong with them. I know one of them. He works here. We talked yesterday. And now he's missing part of his face, and he doesn't even seem to know it. He just keeps looking around like he forgot what being alive is even supposed to look like. I don't even know if they can think, but when I move, they all turn. They don't stop. And I'm really scared, and I don't want to die here. I don't want to die in the middle of the zoo with nobody coming. I don't know what to do. Can you please just tell my family that I tried to get out of here somewhere safe? I really tried.
This is, Evan. Go ahead.
Evan? It's Henderson. Security Henderson? I'm still in the park. I honestly didn't think I'd ever get to say that again. I really thought tonight was it. I really thought I was going to end up like everyone else out here. I tried calling the police again, same as everybody, but busy signals and dead air. The whole city might as well be gone, so you're the only line I got left. I was near the reptile house earlier when things went sideways, and there are people out here who aren't people anymore. They don't talk, they don't slow down, they don't care. They just keep moving like something wound them up, and they don't know how to stop, so I hid and I waited, and they finally drifted off. I don't know how I'm still breathing, but I am, so I'm moving now. I'm headed towards the staff buildings, towards you. I just don't want to be alone. Evan, I need somewhere safe, so tell me you're still there. Tell me something in this place still works tonight.
I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then I'm coming to operations. I'm coming to you. I know the way. I've done this walk 1,000 times, so just don't disappear on me, all right? Just stay there. I'll get to you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Henderson's coming. He's on his way in. That's good. That's good. Somebody's still moving. Somebody's still smart enough to move. My arm, it's not itching anymore. It's burning deep, like something's chewing inside the muscle. Every time I try to ignore it, it pushes back. But it's fine. I'm fine. Just don't think about it. What was I? Right. Henderson. Good man. He's coming here. That's better than being out there. Sorry, I don't feel right. Everything feels slow. My head feels Like it's full of mud, and every sound out there, every movement, it sounds like food. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean that. I mean... this is Evan. Caller, go ahead.
Evan? Brian Keller. I need help. Please help. I tried the police. It's like the world just unplugged. Phones are dead. City's gone. It's just us out here now. I'm by the payphone on the upper path near the overlook. I thought I could cut across the ridge and drop down by the staff gates, but they're everywhere, Evan. They're everywhere. People. But they're not even people anymore. They just keep bumping into rails, walls, each other. They don't even react. They just push. I know one of them. His name's Dan. We worked together for 5 years. He's got kids. And now he's walking with his arm hanging loose, like it's not even attached anymore. And he's just going. I don't want to end up like that, Evan. I don't want to turn into something that doesn't even know it's dead.
Henderson, ugly face man, said he coming here. Always ugly face. Arm feel not hurt. Feels strong. So hungry. So hungry. Stomach talk all the time. Henderson come. Ugly face close. He think safe. He think friend. Hungry don't care. Hungry don't care about face. Come, ugly face. I wait.
Evan? Evan, it's Henderson. Hey, what are you doing? Evan, stop. Listen to me. It's me, Henderson. No. Evan, please. Evan, please.
Hello. This message is for Mr. Evan Mercer. This is Dr. Alan Harrow with Umbrella Pharmaceuticals, Corporate Division. We received inquiries from your facility earlier this evening regarding unusual activity at the Raccoon City Zoo. I'd like to reassure you, there's nothing of concern occurring on site this evening. There are no incidents, no injuries of note, and certainly nothing resembling an outbreak. Any reports to the contrary are the results of misinformation, stress, or simple misunderstanding in what has admittedly been a very long day. Umbrella corporate personnel are currently in the area, and response teams are being mobilized strictly as a precautionary measure. Everything remains fully under control. There is no danger to staff, visitors, or to the city. Thank you for your professionalism and continuing to conduct business as usual. Umbrella Corporation appreciates your patience and your discretion. Have a pleasant evening.
Attention, all remaining Umbrella staff and authorized listeners. You are now tuned into the final authorized frequency within the Spencer estate. For those who remain at their stations here in the Arklay Mountains, we offer this broadcast as your only source of information, your source for calm, and your source for focus. Please welcome your host, the Director of Archival Compliance and Employee Wellness, Dr. Corvus Gray.
Good evening, staff and authorized listeners. You're tuned in to the Arklay employee line. I'm Dr. Corvus Gray, broadcasting from the Spencer Estate. And I have to congratulate those of you who remain at your posts. Your presence is quite literally essential to continuity. But let's be candid. The atmosphere within the Arklay research facility tonight is charged. You may have noticed certain temporary security escalations. You may have witnessed staff members acting in ways that deviate from protocol. And you may have heard sounds that do not belong to the approved operational catalog. The Umbrella Corporation wishes to assure you that they're in complete control. These isolated incidents are the expected fallout from a large-scale, deep-cover viral study. Think of it as necessary turbulence. For the next hour, this broadcast will serve as your lifeline, your single authorized source of information, your prescribed dose of calm, and the only authorized soundtrack to your evening shift. Any personnel found disseminating or listening to unverified communications, or those who choose to abandon their duties, will be subject to the most severe compliance reviews. We are researchers, not security. We're observers, not participants. Your duty is to remain focused and remain silent about what you may have encountered here tonight. What we're doing here must be protected. Now, before we move on to our scheduled corporate updates, I see the hotline's already buzzing. Let's take our very first employee call of the evening. Perhaps they have an issue we can address. First caller of the night, the line's open. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Dr. Gray, it's maintenance worker Miller, the groundskeeper. Listen, I need the medical team down here. I was told I didn't need the anti-contaminant suit anymore, but my skin, it's just unbearably itchy. Itchy. I've got this huge blister on my foot now, too. I can barely walk. I keep dragging my foot, and I need to check the filtration units.
Well, Mr. Miller, I have your medical file pulled up. Your symptoms are listed as localized skin irritation, and it's looking like the prescribed treatment is just a simple bandage. The current state of operational affairs here doesn't permit medical house calls, so you're going to have to self-administer.
No, listen to me. I also can't find the dog pen keys. I was checking the perimeter, and some of the animals, the dogs, they're completely quiet, which is unusual. I think some of them might have escaped. If I'm the groundskeeper, if I'm supposed to be checking the grounds, I need to know if I'm walking into a compliance violation. Did I forget to feed them? My foot itches.
Mr. Miller, the research subjects are secure. Their quiet state's due to a scheduled sedation period. Your focus on the keys and the perimeter suggests acute operational stress. Just reapply your bandage, stop scratching the area, and return to your post. And with that, as you can see, staff, most of our issues are simply misinterpretations of various phenomena here at Spencer. And it's our duty to maintain professionalism. Now, before we take another call, I would like to quickly address the new memo about waste disposal protocols issued today at 1900. This is critical for maintaining facility hygiene. Effective immediately, all organic materials, including discarded nutrient paste, paper waste, and most importantly, biohazard overflow, must be sealed in Type A containment bags and placed in the designated red incinerator chute. Under absolutely no circumstances should any materials be placed in the standard trash receptacles or, as was reported this morning, attempted to be flushed down the toilets. Furthermore, any staff member observing unauthorized personnel disposing of waste in non-compliant locations must immediately report the coordinates and the designation of the offending individual to the hotlines. Failure to comply with these enhanced disposal protocols will be treated as egregious compliance violations. Now, let's see what our next caller has to say. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, Dr. Gray. My name's Wallace. I'm in sublevel C2, the biological storage. Look, I know you said everything should be contained, but the main containment door down here to the experimental chamber, it's blinking red, and the pressure seal just failed. The alarm's cycling, and I think something's loose.
Wallace, thanks for the call. As I recall, a blinking red indicator usually means a scheduled visual anomaly. It can happen, especially with the containment door cycling and the seals for integrity testing. Usually part of standard protocol, which you probably remember from the morning briefings.
Well, but Dr. Gray, the emergency lockdown procedure, it didn't initialize, and the sound, there's like a heavy scraping noise coming from the ventilation shaft near the door. It sounds like something dragging, something heavy.
Wallace, we can't panic over a anecdotal sound report. The mansion has a pretty old ventilation system, and it does make some strange noises sometimes. Have you personally identified and logged the material that was being, you said, dragged?
Well, no, I haven't verified it. I haven't gone in myself. It's too dark. But the door, it's moving.
Wallace, it's probably just severe operational fatigue. They've been burning the candle at both ends with you guys. I suggest step away from the door, sit down, and just listen to our broadcast and relax. What you're experiencing is probably just stress, and it's manifesting as a hallucination and noises. I'm sure the sound's nothing more than the facility settling. Listeners, we do have more callers on the line. We do have a quick personnel advisory from management. It's been observed that some staff are taking unauthorized breaks and interacting with Tier 3 bio-research subjects, specifically canine research units. Some are feeding them, and they're feeding them materials not listed in the approved nutritional schedule. This is a breach of protocol. Management's been absolutely clear. Research subjects are currently exhibiting unpredictable behavioral shifts due to scheduled dietary changes. For your own safety, and for the maintenance of our standards and our compliance protocols, all personnel must stay at least 20 meters away from the perimeter of the containment kennels. Do not approach the fencing. Do not attempt to feed or communicate with the canines. And do not, under any circumstances, investigate any unexplained noises originating from grounds outside the facility. Animals are secured, and your compliance in this matter is mandatory. Now, let's get back to the calls. Hello, caller. Please state your name and your pressing issue.
It's Miller again, the keeper. You can't close me off. You need to send help. My body, it's burning. And look what I found. I was scratching my arm, and a lump of rotten flesh just dropped off. What kind of allergic reaction is this? I heard that they shot a researcher last night. Is this what happens when we try to leave?
Well, Mr. Miller, it sounds like if your fever's passed, and that suggests a return to physical stability, the lump of flesh, that's almost certainly just a severe localized cyst. It can often be a side effect of prolonged anti-contaminant suit wear. And your aggressive tone, I have to say, is not conducive to employee wellness.
Aggressive? I'm not aggressive. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten properly. And all I can think about is something warm. And that guard, Scott, he keeps looking at me. I'm going to take care of him myself. Where's the food? I want food.
Mr. Miller, stop. All right? Stop. You're not to engage with security personnel, and you're not to leave your designated zone. We're going to close this line now due to your escalating psychological distress. Go to your maintenance room immediately. And now, listeners, a quick message from the Umbrella Corporation. Umbrella understands that true progress requires trust. Trust in methodologies and trust in innovative, self-regulating facilities. Trust and dedication to the future of humanity. For over 50 years, Umbrella has been the world leader in health, pharmaceuticals, and environmental design. Umbrella's commitment to advanced biological solutions is paving the way for tomorrow's breakthroughs, ensuring a happier, more compliant world for everyone. Umbrella doesn't just create products. Umbrella creates possibilities. They don't just hire employees. They cultivate compliance partners. Think of Umbrella not as a corporation, but as a family, a deeply interconnected ecosystem where every compliance partner plays a vital, non-expendable role. The Umbrella Corporation, protecting tomorrow, today. Let's take another caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Dr. Gray, this is Guard Jones, Section B4, Security Hub, near the East Wing entrance. This is an urgent security report. The perimeter lockdown failed 30 minutes ago. And more importantly, I'm watching the security feed now, and I can see 3 research personnel in the main hallway. They're moving sluggishly, and they're not responding to the motion sensor warnings.
Mr. Jones. Well, thank you for being so vigilant. You're doing excellent work. Regarding the lockdown, please don't worry. The system's running a scheduled integrity diagnostic. That failure, it's simply the system resetting itself. As for our colleagues, well, we're all feeling the stress, right? We've all been working extremely hard. Let's just chalk up their sluggishness to understandable fatigue.
Dr. Gray, one of them just grabbed a colleague near the archives desk. It was a violent, unprovoked attack. The victim's screaming, and the assailant is... I don't know how to describe it. They're feeding.
Well, Jones, that does sound distressing. But we never want to see staff conflicts. What you're witnessing is likely a intense food aggression incident, maybe a unscheduled over an unscheduled break item. I recommend you just disengage immediately. Your job is to protect our assets, not to intervene in personnel disputes. Are the asset transfer cases secure, Jones?
No one's sending any help. They're just watching. They got us locked in here. This isn't a food incident. It's an outbreak. I'm leaving my post. I'm going for the stairs.
Jones, please don't make any rash decisions. You've dedicated your whole career here at this company. If you leave your post, you'll forfeit all your retirement and survivor benefits. We wouldn't want that for your family, would we? Just stay put. I promise. Specialist teams are coming. Umbrella looks after their people, Jones. Remember, listeners, the occasional minor interpersonal conflict should never distract us from the mission. We are professionals. I want to take a moment to address a recent restructuring and reassignment of a couple familiar faces. Due to an urgent high-priority project, some staff members have been transferred to a confidential off-site facility. We understand that this rapid relocation can cause temporary confusion. However, rest assured, these colleagues have been moved to optimize their skill sets in a less demanding environment. Their sudden lack of communication is strictly due to the classified nature of their new roles. We discourage any speculation or rumor regarding their whereabouts. They're in a new mandatory compliance state. We must maintain operational efficiency. If you find your workload has increased due to these beneficial personnel reassignments, simply focus on the ambient tones and enhance your personal resourcefulness. We're all deeply committed to the future of the Umbrella Corporation. Let's take some more calls. Who do we have on the line next? Caller? You're on the air.
Dr. Gray, this is Dr. Thorne, Botanical Research Lead, Section G. I have an incident report that requires immediate attention. My entire section, the conservatory and the east greenhouse, is compromised. The growth rate is out of control.
Dr. Thorne, that sounds like a resounding success. Congratulations. I trust the conditions are simply leading to record growth of some rare tropical species?
No, sir. This is not natural growth. The root systems are invading the stone pathways and cracking the floor tiles. The walls are covered in a thick, wet, moldy bloom that wasn't here this morning. And the smell, it's a sweet, sickening decay. Like rotten meat and overripe fruit. And it's getting very hard to breathe in here.
Dr. Thorne, that's probably just a natural byproduct of an aging structure and a highly effective irrigation system. We know the old foundations shift. A little surface mold and some heavy perfume are quite common in, such a closed environment. Maybe open a vent and air things out.
You don't understand, Corvus. The vines are moving. They're retracting quickly if I move too fast. I've already lost 2 assistants. They were working near the central water basin and the foliage, and it reacted to movement. They aren't just plants, Dr. Gray. They're vicious. I'm trapped. I'm trapped on the upper landing, and I need a security detachment now. I can't get a hold of anyone.
Well, Dr. Thorne, keep your composure. I'll remind you, tropical collection alone is valued at over $20 million. You have a fiduciary responsibility to that collection. If you believe your colleagues interfered with the growth patterns, you need to use the approved insecticidal solution, not panic.
The solution barely slows them down. Listen, I'm looking at the glass ceiling now, and the massive growth, the central vine. It has a large, fleshy sac at the base, and it's inhaling. It's sucking all the air out of the room. If I don't get out, this thing will kill me.
Dr. Thorne, I expected more professional fortitude from you. That fleshy sac is simply the automated climate control unit working to maintain balance, as intended. You're probably experiencing some claustrophobia. Not uncommon for extended isolation. Just calm yourself. Utilize the emergency oxygen canister, and do not, under any circumstance, damage any of the valuable plants. You might be placed on silent observation until your composure returns. I'm ending the call. A slight moment of distress from our botanical team. Clearly, a case of heat exhaustion. Let's all remember to stay hydrated, staff, and trust the stability of our innovative biological assets. And we still have more callers on the line. Next caller, I am listening.
Gray, this is Director Bell. I'm in my office, and I've been trying to initiate Level 4 executive evacuation protocol for the last hour. My security card is being repeatedly denied access to the stairwell. Why are my highest clearance credentials failing?
Director Bell, thank you for calling in. Well, we have initiated a system-wide firmware update, I'm told, on every Level 4 terminal. The update does temporarily restrict access to specific high-priority zones, including the executive transport bay. I think I can assure you it's nothing personal, just a necessary maintenance cycle.
Necessary maintenance? Gray, I can hear screaming coming from the main corridor. And the power's flickering. I saw the memo about Wallace and Scott. Cut the nonsense. Is Umbrella pulling the plug? Are we all being abandoned here?
Director Bell, I have to say, your language is unprofessional and your speculation is baseless. The screaming you hear is probably the final stages of a scheduled asset dispersal drill, which likely is underway in the south wing. Umbrella doesn't pull the plug.
Perhaps the system lockout is a subtle reminder to focus on departmental efficiency.
This is deliberate. You're locking us in. I have data on the T-virus research. I know what was signed off on. I need to access the emergency network connection now to upload my records. If I don't get out of this office...
Director Bell, your data records are the property of the Umbrella Corporation and are fully secured by our internal server matrix. You have no need for personal backups. I advise you to cease attempting to circumvent the network protocols. For now, just enjoy the solitude of your own office. Your security is paramount. Well, it seems Director Bell has decided to dedicate the rest of his evening to deep focus. A wise decision. Staff, remember, the corporate network is not a platform for personal data transfer. And it looks like we have our groundskeeper on the line one more time. Mr. Miller, go ahead.
Itchy.
Mr. Miller, I can't understand you. Is something wrong with your voice, or are you experiencing respiratory distress? What's your location?
Scott. Ugly. Ugly face. Killed. Tasty. Itchy. Tasty.
I apologize to our listeners. We seem to have lost the call. I'm sure our security personnel listening to the broadcast are on their way to check on Mr. Miller now. Here at Umbrella Corporation, your personal well-being is not just a priority, it's a core deliverable. We understand that working on the cutting edge of biological science can be taxing. That's why we've invested billions in your corporate wellness infrastructure. Remember to utilize your employee stress mitigation modules daily. Engage in mindful breathing during moments of operational difficulty, and know that our facilities are equipped with the latest in self-regulating environmental shielding, ensuring your continued health and safety 24 hours a day. If you encounter a colleague who appears unusually agitated, remember, respond with calm, empathetic compliance and immediately report the interaction to the Arklay employee line for prompt resolution and mandatory reassignment. Umbrella Corporation. Your safety, our science, one family. Let's take our next caller. Welcome to the line. What's on your mind?
Dr. Gray, this is Amy Lynn, sub-level technician. I'm stuck at the B4 landing. The water. It's rising fast from the research core, and it smells like a chemical fire. I heard the explosion or the emergency drainage control. I need to know where the manual override is before I drown down here.
Lynn, hold on. You're exhibiting understandable panic, but we need facts. That's not water, that's irrigation overflow. As for drainage control, all internal schematics have been temporarily flagged for confidentiality. You should have the emergency plans in your work binder.
The binder's useless. I'm coughing up blood. The fumes are corrosive. I can't breathe. And there are things floating in the water that look like human remains. Tell me what to do. How do I get past the main vault door?
Right. The vault door. I believe the code is 327. No, wait. That's for the West Wing storage. Lynn, listen to me. If the fumes are that thick, you have to find a way to filter the air. Take a piece of cloth, any piece. Soak it thoroughly in the cleanest fluid you can find. Do it now.
The clean fluid. Everything's contaminated. It's dissolving the soles of my boots. Oh, God. Something touched my leg. It's pulling me. I can't hold on.
Staff, the maintenance of our sub-level equipment has proven challenging. If you are near a stairwell, please be advised that there is an unforeseen environmental event underway. We recommend immediate but calm self-relocation to the mansion's main floor. Do not wait for a corporate directive. Move now. Arklay employee line. This line is restricted to current facility personnel. State your identity immediately.
Designation, Sentry. Requesting access to Project Nest W. Sir, I'm reporting an unscheduled level red incident in the Raccoon City outskirts. We've observed a mass of large, highly agitated canine units engaging aggressively with local wildlife and several unverified civilian targets.
Sentry, you're currently interrupting a critical internal containment process. Your call is extraneous. The Arklay facility has no jurisdiction over Raccoon City's municipal... just contact animal control and close this line.
Sir, with respect, these units are not normal canines. They're showing corrosive dermal symptoms and exhibit superior speed and coordination. We've also received reports of abnormal aggression with the local Raccoon Police Department canine unit. I need immediate authorization to deploy non-lethal deterrents to contain the spread before it hits the downtown area. Requesting level Delta containment clearance. Please pass the word.
Sentry, let me assure you, we have had our issues tonight, but the canine control protocols remain under the sole jurisdiction of William Birkin's team. You are a USS asset, not a wildlife manager. I'm looking at your area's weather report now, and it appears you're simply dealing with a localized heat wave affecting the animals. Just resume passive surveillance and log all observations in Protocol Green 17.
Sir, I'm directly observing the situation near the Apple Inn district. If we don't act now, this situation will escalate beyond local containment. We have assets there. We have umbrella subsidiaries in the downtown area. I strongly advise...
Sentry, your compliance failure is speculation and, honestly, bordering on insubordination. Your only instruction is passive observation. You're wasting my time and tying up a classified connection with municipal noise. Close the line immediately. Honestly, people need to learn the difference between a major crisis like we're dealing with and a stray dog problem. Staff, before we take another call, I have just received a mandatory communication from the highest level of Umbrella's Raccoon City Command. It's an email transmission from Dr. William Birkin, Chief Virologist, and it must be read verbatim to all active personnel. To all Umbrella assets, Arklay facility. From Dr. William Birkin, Command Level. Subject, Project Priorities and Disciplinary Warning. Let it be known that the unfortunate and temporary operational difficulties at the Arklay facility are being observed with extreme scrutiny. Any breach of containment, minor or major, is considered a direct threat to my personal research timelines. It has been determined that the primary cause of any current inconvenience is the failure of low-level security and maintenance personnel to adhere to basic safety compliance. Therefore, you are instructed to cease all non-essential activities and devote your remaining resources to the recovery of all biological assets which have strayed from their designated holding areas. Furthermore, I am authorizing the use of extreme force against any colleague exhibiting signs of resistance, emotional distress, or any other unsanctioned behavioral deviation. These actions are for the protection of proprietary research and are non-negotiable. The facility's immediate survival is secondary to the preservation of the data and the containment of the specimens. Failure to comply will result in absolute, irreversible corporate disciplinary action. We expect results. You heard the director. We are to proceed with the recovery of the assets. Maintain your composure. Your efforts will be noted. Now, the ambient tones and the music is here to assist your focus. I will check back in with you shortly. Personnel and listeners, this is Corvus Gray. I am now bypassing protocols. Do not contact this line unless you have visual confirmation of the West Wing exit. We do have a caller. Mark. Mark, is that you? What's going on?
Yeah, Gray, it's me. I'm locked in the filing closet near the main library. This thing, it's fast. It's gray and it's huge. It's moving like a reptile, and it has these 3 monstrous 3-clawed hands. It just tore through the study door. It shredded the wood. It killed Jennings. It took his head clean off.
That sounds like the amphibious specimen. It's responding to speed. You need to move towards the main hall. The West Wing exit is our only immediate recourse. Can you reach the hall undetected? You don't have much time.
I can't. It's right outside the door. It's scratching the metal. Wait, I hear the main security door to the library. It's tearing it open. I'm trapped. What's the plan B? The emergency staircase?
Plan B is defunct. The lower levels are compromised. Listen, Mark, you need to use the noise. Throw something. Anything, throw it away as far as you can, distract the specimen, and run for the main door without looking back. Move! Listeners, you heard Mark. There are new variables. Avoid open areas. Your personal safety is now your sole responsibility. If you can reach the West Wing, do so. Do not wait for me. Do not wait for Umbrella. If any of you poor souls can possibly hear this over the alarms, the noises and the screams, listen closely. This is no longer corporate counsel. This is Dr. Gray, and I'm telling you the truth. For the first time tonight, I am telling you the truth. We have confirmed reports of a massive, unclassified serpentine snake specimen now occupying the lowest passages. It is not listed in the standard inventory. It is not a research asset. It is something ancient and vast, and it has successfully blocked the primary escape route, the emergency bunker below the east dining hall. Do not approach the basement access. Do not go near the tunnels. I repeat this because of the confirmation. We have received a transmission from a maintenance worker, Unit 4 Beta. They were attempting to get through the ventilation shaft near the archive room, and they reported visual confirmation of the creature. It's too big for the corridors. It has scales the size of dinner plates, and its eyes are milky white. And the venom, we confirmed the report. Its venom induces a rapid, paralyzing neurotoxin followed by total circulatory collapse. You will not feel pain. You will simply stop breathing, stop moving, and fall still. There is no immediate antidote available in the facility's current stock, and the entire supply of serum was lost in the lab flood an hour ago. But worse than the venom, the worker, he reported that he saw Dr. Stephen Price, the mycologist from the West Wing. He saw him frozen by the venom lying on the floor, and the creature, it didn't strike. Oh, it dislocated its jaw, and it simply engulfed him whole. The worker said the sound of the bones crushing was like stepping on a pile of frozen leaves. It swallowed him. Dr. Price, a man who worked with us, gone in seconds, just a lump moving through the scales. So if you are planning to go down, know that you are simply offering yourself as a meal. It occupies the only route to the laboratory's emergency transport. If you encounter any evidence, any massive scales or skin, any sickening heavy reptilian smell, you must turn back immediately. Find a wall, find a lock, find a cupboard, and hide. Oh God, they're here. I will continue this broadcast as long as I can. Attention, remaining staff. We have another mandatory update regarding environmental hazards. Following structural breaches near the upper laboratory windows, we have observed interaction between local avian species and the contaminated airflows. Personnel are advised that the Corvus corax population, that is to say, standard crows, are exhibiting severe unsanctioned behavioral deviations. Multiple visual reports confirm that these specimens are now highly aggressive, displaying corrosive dermal symptoms and a severe uncontrolled appetite. They are massing around the exposed windows and attempting to enter the facility through any available aperture. This is of particular concern for anyone attempting external relocation. The specimens are now airborne vectors of contamination and are showing no fear of human deterrence. They're actively attacking exposed personnel. So consider all exit routes, including upper level terraces and balconies, to be compromised by aerial hostility. Do not attempt to engage these specimens. Do not leave the structure. If you hear the distinctive harsh cawing or rapid fluttering of wings near your location, assume immediate close proximity danger. The scope of infection is no longer confined to the facility's interior. We are now experiencing full environmental dissemination. There are no longer any safe zones. The broadcast will continue to maintain contact, but please understand we are fully isolated. Stay away from windows. Board yourself wherever you can. We will continue this broadcast as long as we can. Staff, listeners, this is Dr. Corvus Gray making the final official administrative closeout for the Arklay employee line. I am preparing the system for the transition to the scheduled ambient stabilization loop. Regarding the status of personnel, I am compiling the final numbers, and based on confirmed transmissions, 98% of on-site staff are now categorized as non-responsive or biologically mutated. I want to emphasize that these failures are logistical, not a reflection of individual worth. Simply put, there are no active, non-infective colleagues remaining to assist you. Regarding the status of the mansion and laboratories, all structural integrity has been flagged as compromised due to the high-velocity impacts and corrosive biological runoff. The facility is experiencing uncontrolled flooding, internal temperature destabilization, and active fire hazards in the west wing. The mansion is now a functionally hostile and collapsing containment vessel. Finally, the status of corporate oversight. Due to the severe nature of environmental dissemination, Raccoon City Command has unilaterally chosen to classify the Arklay site as unsalvageable. There will be no further support, no recovery efforts, and all personnel records are being purged for regulatory compliance. You've been written off, professionally speaking. As for myself, I am now terminating the live portion of this broadcast. Oh dear God, it's here. Oh God, I should have known. They only move slow and they